2.
So we're a little later in the day, so we can probably swear now, right?
Yeah, be fine.
All right, you guys are.
Yeah, is this PG-13?
You guys are hot
PG?
now.
Well,
I
Very
ask you
sudden.
to do your best to keep it PG-13, more content-wise than language-wise, really.
all right, fair enough.
So go ahead, introduce yourselves and your characters, and I guess take it away, lady.
Hello, welcome to Blades in the Dark, a Purrfect heist. My name is Lady Asabat. I'll be your host for this evening, night, depending on where in the world you are. And these fine individuals here are my players, who will be subjected to my rule of ultimate chaos this evening. Who would like to go first and introduce themselves? Don't make me pick.
I'll take the bullet. Hello, I'm Zoob. I'm from the Broken Lords podcast. Tonight, I am playing Professor Sventopolk, alias Harkonnen. And I am a demonic professor sniper who has tenure at a ballistics college.
And next?
I'm Jeff, and I play LB Colburn, Lorcan LB Colburn. He is a out-of-work, gambling-addicted Sparkcraft machinist.
It's pretty good.
Midnight, want to go next?
Sure. Hi, I'm Midnight. I'm playing Milos Morrison, aka Eminem, and he is the son of an Arubian aristocrat, and he has used his wealth and position to gain fame, and he's lost most of it through his vice of gambling.
Elle?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go. I'm playing Maeve Meriden, and she is a Skovlan cutter who used to work as a laborer and Leviathan hunter on a ship on an inky black sea, and her current vice is an obligation to find a cure for her cursed family, which has led her into some sketchy deals, but she's here now.
And last but definitely not least?
Hi, I'm Albie, but I'm playing Asabat, who's a whisperer. Her trade is she runs an occult shop where she gives tarot readings, and that is her vice, to read into fate.
Fun with that.
I brought my cards too. They have little cats on them.
Oh,
They're cute. And her life is dedicated to her cult.
Nice.
Speaking of cults, you're all part of a cult. Did we decide on a name?
Oh boy.
I defer to Albie because she's
Oh no,
the believer.
I don't know
Yeah,
about me.
de facto leader now. Congrats.
Oh, please don't put that on me.
The Mystics of Bastet, because we were talking about Egyptian mythology.
There we go.
There we go. So, for those of you watching that are not familiar with Blades in the Dark, these are a bunch of scoundrels and ne'er-do-wells that form an unlikely cult to a dead god of cats. And the way Blades in the Dark works is there are 3 parts, technically, to the game. We'll be playing 2 out of these 3 parts. We will be discovering the plot and spending some time in free play, and then we will move into the score. Blades in the Dark is a very rules-light game. It's all run by D6s, and for that we will you can either choose to roll dice in person or use the dice bot in Discord. There are all sorts of nice little rules that we are coming across today. And for your delectation and delight, dear viewers, we are letting you have control of some of the reins of this game tonight. So, those of you that are kind enough to donate can influence the game in many ways that you'll see below in a little box. But if you are hard of eyesight, I shall tell you what they are. For some of your cash monies, you can add some extra dice to the dice pool that the team may use in order to better their adventures. You can pay to reduce their stress, and trust me when I say stealing is a stressful venture. You can pay to add a plot twist to the game. You can pay to bring in one of the character's nemesises, which were pre-picked before the game. You can choose whose character you wish to pick, whose nemesis you wish to pick in, but you won't know who they are. Oh goodness, it begins. You can pay to place a trap in our group's way to make their life more difficult. And last but not least, you can pay to increase or decrease the clocks, which, with the help of my... I didn't think this through when I blurred my background, did I? Please hold. Your call is important to us this day. With the help of my trusty whiteboard here, we shall be managing the clock system, which is an integral part of Blades in the Dark. So for things like if our group decides to break into a building with armed guards, they might have a limited amount of time before the local guard patrol discovers the dead body that they've left in their path. And to do that, I will draw a wonderfully bad circle underneath with the word alarm underneath it. And then I will put a bunch of lines, depending on how long I think that they will need to do something. And you can pay to fill in one of these circles. And when this circle is full, something will happen. It might be, in this case, that the guards are alerted. You can also pay to empty one of these circles and make their lives easier. It's entirely your choice. If you came here to this session expecting a very strict playthrough of Blades in the Dark, I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed, but please don't leave. It's going to be fun. And now, shall we begin? Are you all ready? Are you all sitting comfortably? Beverages, cats?
My cat
You find...
disappeared on me, so I'm flying solo right now.
You all find yourself... Oh, goodness. Okay. You all find yourselves loitering in your lair. You have chosen as a cult of Bastet to have your lair in an abandoned pet shop.
This is like Victorian England era, right? So it's like
yes. Amongst the broken aquariums and glass pits, empty cages, you're all sitting there doing whatever it is that you happen to be doing that day. I'm not going to question your life choices at this point. And there's a little tinkle as the shop door opens. And in walks a figure in a hooded cowl. What do you do?
Should I guess I'll address him. Hello, you are seeking a pet of certain exotic means.
Of a sorts.
Shall I interest you in a reptile, or perhaps something a little bit more extra-continental?
Goats. We've got goats in the back.
You have goats.
You can
I
have
just
them if
thought,
you'd like.
As a matter of fact, I came here for you. All of you.
Not the goats?
Not the goats.
It's a shame, really. We have so many of them.
Why do you have so many goats?
Surplus error.
Why don't you have any goats?
Because I am not a follower of goats. Well, as far as I was aware, this was where I was to find the mystics of Bastet. Is that not you? Can I help you?
LB just kind of looks around everyone else like, are we gonna out ourselves, really?
What is your business?
I wish to hire you for
Mm,
gold
and the nature of the job?
to recover an artifact.
What kind of artifact?
An expensive one.
Yes, but we need to know the nature of the artifact so we know what to look for.
Very well. You will find this artifact on display tonight in Lady Dubois' extravagant party. I'm assuming you've heard of Lady Dubois. I will take that as a yes. She took something from me some time ago. Can I help you? Can I help you?
Your cat.
Was it your cat's tail?
She took something from me some time ago. I would like it back, and I have discovered that it will be on display tonight, taunting me, but I dare not go myself. I would not be welcome there.
Very well. Nature of the payment, and I look at the rest of the members that are no doubt waiting in the wings.
Could I also get a read on this person? Are they telling the truth?
You can indeed. What would I would see that as?
Well, first I want to know if they're lying, and I do have this special ability to know if people are lying. Could say it's like looking at a mirror.
do. Oh, yes, you do. How very curious. They're not lying as such. They're bending the truth. You feel that
That's all good liars do.
you feel that perhaps this isn't. It's not that it was taken. It is definitely. This person definitely wants it back. But it didn't belong to them in the first place.
Okay. Fair. So they presumably stole it, and then Lady Dubois stole it somehow from them.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I help you? Seriously, children. So, the payment will be 1 gold to each of you.
Out of character, is that a good rate?
I mean,
you don't
coin is a
know.
lot.
You don't know if this is a good rate because you don't know what they've asked you to take yet.
Well, in terms of like median thievery rates as they go in the black market, I guess.
It's pretty low.
Okay.
So I'd imagine that during this time, Maeve has just been kind of like sitting back against the wall, you know, very imposing figure in the room, like partially obscured by shadow. And she kind of approaches alongside her allies that are doing like most of the, talking and says, well, due to the fact that we're not entirely certain on the nature of the job, I'd imagine that a bit more compensation would be required. Say, maybe a bit of a higher rate. And I would love to use command if this is a role. And kind of like crosses her arms and kind of extends her figure upward and takes up more space.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can roll command for that. I would say that this you're in your center of power, so I would say this is a controlled role with, let's say, great effect.
So, again, I'm new to the whole system. Am I rolling? She has 1 point in this, if I'm allowed to say that.
have 1 point in command, so you'll be rolling 1d6.
All right, 1d6.
For the viewers in charge, we the players decide what they want to roll. I then determine what sort of situation they are in, whether I think they are in a controlled place, a risky place, or making a complete and total desperate roll, and how much I think that this will affect what's going on.
All right. Do I just announce the roll, or?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was a whopping 2. So,
Ooh.
doing great.
So a 2 is not a success. However, you could take a devil's bargain to turn it into one.
Well, I can't see the chat, but is there any way I can ask them on guidance of, should I sell my soul this early?
Always.
No response so far.
So, the devil's bargain I would offer you. What would I offer you?
We have 1 positive, 1 it depends.
All right.
Yes, do it. Someone is telling you to sell your soul with enthusiasm.
I like your spunk. Let's sell the soul to the devil. I think I think that's a good start to all this. A wonderful sign of what's to come.
We'll go with you will succeed, but you won't get as big a raise as you were hoping for.
All right.
A hand goes to the chin underneath the hood, and you see the beginning. You see the end of a goatee being stroked thoughtfully.
What's the consequence, though? Oh, just that it's
the
not...
consequence is that it's not going to be that much.
Got it.
It's not as much. But...
So if Elle had rolled well, then you would have got a lot more for this particular heist. Fine. 2 gold apiece. That's my final offer.
Take it. Take it.
Oh, I guess she's still kind of one doing the negotiating.
I will pay you 1 gold each if you bring back any items on this additional list. And that he reaches into a pocket and pulls out a scroll.
Per item or in total?
Because these all must be quite valuable relics to you if you're endangering the lives of some strangers who may or may not perhaps be part of the group that you're looking for.
Well, we're deniable assets.
Precisely. So if you want anonymity, I suggest you pay for it.
Ooh, that's going to be another roll.
For the love of Maeve!
If you want to assist, you're welcome to assist, Zoob, as you're also pushing for the extra money.
Well, I kind of verbally put people in arm bars. This is more of a diplomacy role.
It depends. You're trying to bully the guy.
It would be way.
Okay. Then I'll be your Ronda Rousey. Let's do this.
All right, we're going another command roll. Rolling that right now. I should probably just copy and paste the roll these days.
Yeah, you're rolling your command roll. Zoob, you will also roll your command roll and tell me what you get, please.
All right. If I have I have none. So.
So if you have none, you'll be rolling 2 and taking the lowest.
Okay. I have consort.
I will warn you that if you fail this roll, Maeve will be taking stress.
Well, I have 5 and a 5, so.
Oh, I've got 3, so.
Got you.
I'll take that. I'll roll with that. You drive a hard bargain. 1 gold each. Do we have an accord?
Wait for the rest of the group to weigh in. This is a democracy.
Always democracy in a cult.
Yes.
Totally.
They're known for it.
Every
This
voice
person-
counts.
Does
I'll
this
be
person tell us a name?
Someone says it's a deal if you buy a couple of goats.
That's true.
True.
so now goats are part of the running gag. So LB thinks about this for a moment. And he kind of starts rocking. He's like, how about we make a bet? What if we're able to get this thing and all the things on the list? I bet you double what you pay us. And if we lose, you don't have to pay us anything.
No, I don't agree to that at all. No, that's on him.
I would take
Triple.
that bet if you can do it and not get caught.
Guys, we can totally not get caught.
We are already getting 1 gold for each item we procure in addition to the one that she asked for.
We could get 2.
Do you not understand how math works? I know I'm a professor, but even you must know basic arithmetic.
No, why would I pay attention in math class?
They didn't cover. Oh no! Now I'm forgetting what words are. Oh no! It's this early in the session already.
They didn't cover it in
Arithmetic?
Cult 10101.
They didn't have a basic arithmetic in cult orientation.
There we go. So, would you like to gamble or would you like to take my offer?
I'm
I have a
taking
question.
your
I
offer.
forgot it's a Vice game.
I'm sorry. I have a question. What is if we are obtaining the items taken from you, what is the fear in getting caught if we are just returning them to their rightful owner?
If you steal from a thief, if it's technically stealing.
We prefer the term item relocation specialist.
Honestly, I'd consider that as a double negative, so it balances out, right? That's how good things work.
Yes, and I am hiring you as item relocation specialists to not get caught.
I vote for
If
the
you
original
you
offer.
can do this, you will be rich beyond your wildest dreams.
All
Your
right.
days of living in and he kind of flicks a bit of dust and a cobweb off a hanging birdcage. Dusty.
That was
petrol
merchandise
will be
there. You just
over
knocked
with.
a spider out of its web. That's 5 shillings.
I'm sure the goat will eat it.
Hey, those are good goats. Don't knock our goats.
That arachnid was just specially
Goat?
brought in from the coast. The
Goats
coast
were
beach
covered.
spider.
And
What are you, a goat a cult or a cat cult?
All right. I think this conversation is getting away from us. Let's focus on the task at hand.
Yes. So, the item that I wish you to acquire for me will be on display at Lady Dubois' mansion house this evening.
Mhm.
It is a statuette. A very expensive statuette. You will find it in a glass cabinet in the main ballroom. It will be heavily guarded. I am going to leave it up to you to decide how you wish to go about your business. After all, you are the specialists.
All right. Very well. Is that agreeable for everyone involved? I look at the rest of the party.
Say we consult the goats.
From the back of the room, there's a figure that hasn't quite joined the party yet. And she's sitting cross-legged on the floor with her head down, of long, scraggly white hair covering her face, and you see her lay out a spread of cards on the floor, and she kind of wiggles her fingers on top until she snaps to one card and she pulls it out. And when she pulls it, she pushes it out into like a little stream of light that's there, and you see a figure, a female figure holding a round circle with a 5-pointed star on it, and she says, "Ah, the Queen of Pentacles. This deal pleases Bastet. We will take it."
Can't argue with that logic.
See, now she acts like a proper cult member. Obviously, she did not fail.
You're coming in here and telling us how to run our cult.
We aren't a proper cult.
Well, maybe you can become a proper cult after this.
The cult training was a little light on these.
It's a hard economy these days.
I
Job
can
market's
see.
insane.
All right, then.
To
When do you-
aid you in your quest, here is a drawing of what you seek. And he reaches back into the incredibly deep pockets of his robes
It's got Narnian.
and hands over another rolled piece of parchment. Oh, and should you decide this, here is a ticket to the event. Only one. It's up to you to acquire more if you need them. And he tosses a letter with an invite on top of the scrolls.
Right then. We will adjourn and procure this item of power for you.
Good. I will return in the morning.
Very well then. Is there a meetup spot we should reconvene for the transaction?
Well, I will come and find you here. How does that suit?
Very well.
I found you once, I can find you again.
If we're not up front here, we're probably in the back taking care of the goats. Hey, just give a little knock. They kind of get nervous around new folk.
I'll ring the bell.
No, don't ring the bell. They'll
We
faint.
have a bell?
Yes, it...
Look, I'm just having a sabbatical. All right, let's do this.
very well.
Lights in the dark. Serious.
I will
dark,
see you tomorrow.
Great.
And he turns around, and there's a little tinkle of the bell as the door opens and shuts behind him.
You are
We do have a bell.
you're almost as bad as my students. Seriously.
You
Can
have
I
been given-
see what the picture looks like? Yeah.
Yes. So if you unroll the scroll.
Unroll the scroll.
Unroll the scroll. Ooh.
Ooh.
Aha. Oh, amazing. I love it.
I didn't have time to color it. I'm sorry.
It's still so cute. You will see. I'm going to put it in the Discord so you can actually see
Yes.
the sketch of a little cat statuette made of black
My-
diamond, the
My
most
God.
expensive metal in all of Duskwall.
Should we put that in our Twitch chat? Because I think people would benefit from this.
I think so too.
It's
I don't know if I don't know if I can. Oh,
Sorry.
hang on.
You
That
know,
one kind of looked like a goat, didn't he? Did you see the goatee? Is that what they're called, goatees? It's a goat.
So
It's a goat.
you see before you a statue of a black cat playing with a ball of yarn.
Nice.
It's got something in its forehead.
Yes, that is a clear diamond embedded into its forehead.
I bet we could get quite a lot for this thing.
Yes,
about
which is
all
why
of
we
you.
don't go double or nothing.
Well, triple, but okay. I do like cats. And I can tell you for a fact this was not originally our employers. Who's to say it's not ours?
Well, the client says if we want to get paid.
If the client is willing to pay 30, how many of us? 2 gold each? Yeah, it's got to be at least 5 gold. I don't do math. If they're willing to pay 5 gold for this, it's got to be worth 6, 7. Right? Why not just keep it and be rich that way? And
Why
I
not
do
just
like
have the
cats.
transaction that we have on hand, and then we can just get rich regardless?
And then triple or nothing, yes.
I tried. It was a good bargain. I know we could have done it, but no.
I'm with you.
Think about the goats. You need to buy feed for them. If you go double or nothing, then what happens when we don't end up getting all their... What do goats eat? Grain?
Grain.
We gotta buy grains!
You bought all those goats and you don't know what they eat.
Well, it was a two-step plan. One of them was deciding to buy a goat, and then the second part of the plan was buying a goat.
Yes, and the third part of it was keeping it alive so we could redistribute it into the economy so we can make money off it, right? We
let
are
him in the
running a pet
yard.
shop.
You wonder why the yard looks so good. Better than a lawnmower, those lads. You seen him walking around there? Sorry.
Oi, priestess.
I don't know why the goat thing went this far.
I'm so disappointed
it.
that there are no words in our language to describe my disappointment.
We'll make up a language. In fact, I hear the goat language. It's quite lovely these days. Here, I'll go ahead and give you a freebie. There you go.
There you go.
There's some overlap from ancient sheep.
Why do I associate with you for?
Are we going to discuss how we're going to break into a person's mansion? Or are we going to discuss the logistics of creating goat speak?
Okay. So if
This is
we're
what
really
happens
gonna,
when you sell your soul to the devil in the first roll.
if we're gonna break into this house, we better figure out where the house is, and then we better figure out how to get inside the house. Then we have to figure out how to get the cat, and then we have to figure out how to get out.
Well,
Now,
yeah,
Weren't we handed invitations?
indeed.
Or was it just one invitation? Because that would be very
Just-
inconvenient. And I don't think there are
just
trench coats
Just
tall
one.
enough.
Just one.
Just one that actually has my name on it. Yeah.
okay, I think either the professor or the priestess should be the one who uses the invitation.
Are you going to open the invitation?
Oh, is it not open?
Oh, that's
okay,
probably a good
sure.
idea. Little note in there that says "Gotcha."
Just a giant, like, middle school doodle.
Who wants to open the invitation?
I'll
I'll open it. Oh no, go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
We both open it. Everybody gets
Okay.
one.
We fight over who's going to open the invitation. They'll be pulsing
guys-
away and just
You guys have a
open it.
gambling vice. Y'all should roll to see who does it.
Oh, I like that. All right.
Yeah, go on then. Go on.
1d6.
I got a 4.
I also got a 4.
Oh no!
Let's go again.
Let's go again. 6.
Oh god.
One. Okay.
Okay. So LB opens the
So
invitation.
yeah, LB. It looks for a moment like you're about to tear it in half, but before LB
So
manages to pull it out of your grasp, and you open it, and it says, "Dear," and the name is left blank. You are cordially invited to the house of Lady Dubois for an evening of curios, dance, and delight. Please bring a mask and yourselves, and a +1 if you so desire.
A +1.
The address can be found forthwith, and it lists the street in which the house of Lady Dubois is situated.
Mm.
Festivities begin at 8 p.m. till late.
So
Right,
if
Ben?
I'm reading this right,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
you can bring at least one goat with you.
So that's 2.
It's just-
2 goats.
No. 2 people. I'm not bringing goats to a gala.
It's going to be 2 goats in a trench coat, you
Person
see.
has 2 hands.
Precisely. Did you know that baby people, like humans, and baby goats are both called kids? It's
Oh.
crazy.
God.
Just tell them you're bringing your kid and you're not lying.
Sometimes I wonder if you're a kid. 2 people.
That's up for debate.
Yes. Certainly is. Who wants to go to the gala? The rest of us, I suppose, will have to recon our way in.
So, real quick for the DM, is it in is it in Brightstone? Is it in White Crown?
You're asking me location questions. Well, then. Because
Okay,
I
are we not?
totally have. It is in the swankiest part of the city.
Brightstone.
It's about as close as you can get to having green in this city.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So Brightstone, the grand mansions and luxury shops.
Yes.
The wealthy.
Yes. Quiet, posh. Maha.
Wow. Okay.
I think I got arrested there once.
I
For
got
peddling goats.
For stealing kids.
For kidnapping. Oh no.
Why there's so many goats.
I swear, I made this character and I'm like, she's gonna be this gritty, serious Leviathan hunter sailor, and then I'm like, oh, I love goats. They're so fluffy with their
My soul got punched in the gut from that pun.
Oh no! Sorry, this is a cat charity.
No cats were harmed in the making of this live stream.
Her name is Goga, for those curious.
So it wouldn't be the first time I've snuck into a party. I think I could probably procure someone else's invitation, either through distraction or
Oh,
other
there we go
means.
again.
Hey, we have a goat
I could
mask.
get us.
There's a little ting at the door, and
No.
something flops through the letterbox.
We have a letterbox too.
You do now.
I'll run over and grab it before the goats get to it.
It's like a, you know, like when an Amazon package comes and it's more box than content.
Yeah.
It's a bit like that. It feels really light, and something's rattling round inside it.
Okay, I'll open it up.
Inside, you find a goat mask. It's quite. It's made of wood. It's one of those old tribal style ones. The goat's making a really like face. It's not the prettiest work of art, but you could certainly say it's lifelike.
How'd they make it without hands?
Okay. Well, this is a sign as good as any that we're going to this party.
That was already agreed upon. That was the nature of our heist.
This is pure. This is now happening. We are going to this party.
You wanted cat burglary? Too bad. You have a farming simulator, guys. Blades in the dark. Blades in the dark is now blades of grass in the dark. So you're welcome. I like how when the parcel entered the door, and somebody said before the goats get it. I thought the goats were being kept in a pasture, but I have now been made aware that they are just walking around the room.
They're like in the back room. It's pretty stinky.
Well,
just look down. There's a goat munching on your shirt. Like,
okay.
So I do think that. Okay, you and maybe the priestess should go. I mean, Goat Lady and I. We look like hired help. Professor, you could pass at this thing, the big highfalutin party too. But yeah, Maeve and I, nah, we look hired help.
How do you expect to get in?
hopefully a door.
Or a window?
That could be a possibility.
Or a hole.
I mean, you could.
I can make one.
It's still currently late morning. If you wanted to, you could take a stroll.
Yeah, can we go scope it out, perhaps?
If we bring a goat, we can just tell them that we're walking our goats, and they'll never suspect a thing.
Absolutely.
Who walks goats in the middle of steampunk London? I forget the name of this town.
We'll give them goggles. We'll give them goggles and a little top hat. They'll blend right in.
So you take your goat for a walk up through Brightstone. You get a few odd looks. You have no idea why.
In a desolate world, this is a symbol of wealth.
Is anyone else going with Maeve?
I'm going with Maeve just to protect
it's too late. It's too late. Oh, I was joking, but I guess I'm walking a goat. All right. Did you hear that? The little hooves on the cobblestones puttering about. By the way, Maeve is like 6 feet tall, so it's just like this outrageously tall.
Hell yeah.
Just walking this little goat that's having a romp about in the road.
Did you put the top hat and and the goggles on?
Oh, absolutely. That was a given. They were already on. They were already on the goats before we left.
So Sven is also going with Maeve.
Yes, at a distance.
So what do you want to look for exactly?
Well, let's get a bit more serious. I suppose Maeve is just kind of like scoping out the location itself, trying to see if there's a wall, for one, like if there's iron bars, like a door, or if there's like a large yard, or what kind of light sources are around, how close other houses are to it. And I'll very happily make a survey roll, if that is applicable.
You can most certainly do me a survey roll.
That is the link to the stream. That is not what I mean. Hey guys, there's these really cool dudes streaming. I don't know. They keep talking about goats. It's kind of weird.
I'm gonna call this again controlled. Despite the addition of a goat, you do know what you're doing.
You get 2 dice
a controlled roll for great effect, because you're actively looking for what you need to find.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Maeve has 2 in survey, so would that be rolling 2 dice?
Yep, so you'd roll 2d6 and take the highest.
Well, it looks like my streak of good luck has continued, and I have rolled both a 3 and a 2.
So
the one skill I am good at, I am no longer good at.
So you're trying to get a good look in this building, but your goat is dragging you up the road. It spies real good grass in up the street somewhere, and it's not letting you hang around. Like, you get a glimpse in, but not much more. as you're basically towed up the path by a hungry goat that's been sat in a back room eating nothing but dust for however long. You see that there is quite a big wall that you're being dragged past, which is the reason why you can't see into the building as you're going past. It's a nice big, very beautifully styled iron gate at the front with a lovely pair of cats sat into the both halves of it. And then the brick wall around the building, as you get dragged along, you can see it goes all the way around. It's about 8 foot tall with spikes on the top. But as you get a glimpse through the gates into the property itself, you see that there is a courtyard with a fountain, and the building is very, very big. And that's
How many floors?
all you can glean from your quick flyby drive through look into the building.
As Maeve's being pulled along, she'll say something along the lines of, "Barnaby, you little bastard, were you raised in a barn?" "Oh wait. You kind of were. My mistake, lad. Apologies." And sorry, got a call. Didn't.
Wow. Are there any other areas of entry that we could exploit? Perhaps a survey of the land would be in order.
Am I allowed to aid with that? Now that Barnaby the goat now is just munching away, I would love to help.
God, he gave it a name.
I have all of their
Good night,
names.
Adora. Thank you for coming along. But yeah, so Sven, are you also trying to like walk around the property, or are you what sort of thing are you trying while Maeve is being dragged along by Barnaby?
Well, I guess as the demonic Norwegian equivalent of like a World War II sniper, I'd be like kind of traversing rooftops and kind of checking it from a distance.
Yeah.
I'm just down
If
here
you
walking.
want to run me your survey roll then?
Yep. With a 6.
Nice. Have you only got one dot in survey?
I do. Yep.
Okay, so from your perch upon the rooftops, you see everything that Maeve doesn't.
That's not hard.
You see that this wall goes all the way around the landscape of the property. There's green inside the walls. There's a very beautiful garden that's been very well taken care of. There are some trees shaped like cats. There is a pond shaped like a cat. There is a servant's gate at the back with a small path leading around. From your vantage point, you can also see that there is a loft hatch in the top of the building. It looks climbable.
Interesting.
How tall is this building?
Yeah.
It is 3 floors.
Oh, it's not that big.
She's
Sure.
rich. She could have done 4.
It's sprawling rather than tall.
It's a really nice
It's
attic.
Like a sun palace.
Yes. So
Okay.
you can see that there's a conservatory and there's a glass roof in the very middle of the building. So it's kind of shaped like a U with three tall things, and then right in the middle there's a lovely pretty glass roof with lots of bits of metal poking up above it. And in that, through there, you can see that they are putting up a big display case. It's currently empty. But you can see that they are putting quite a lot of effort. There's lots of angry arm waving. They're moving it this way, then they're moving it back, and then they're setting up for something in this room.
Okay. Interesting. perhaps a set piece, or Oh, that brings up an interesting point of maybe the thing we're supposed to steal is actually the centerpiece for the event.
It is. The client said it was.
Yeah.
How big was this display?
Probably like, I'd say like desk sized.
Okay.
I know that's a vague term because everyone's desk is a different size, but it's a pretty big display.
Okay.
And you can Sven, you can see that they're like putting posts around it, and there's some burly security guards watching grumpily from a distance. There's nothing in the case so far.
Mm.
Do we do this Ocean's 11 style where we steal it before it ever goes on display? Actually, that's Ocean's 12.
Should we reconvene then? To kind
up
of
to you.
discuss.
Unless you have more to do.
So I suppose we kind of return to the pet shop, and as they enter, Maeve's just fascinated by the bell, kind of like hits it a few times, and she'll start kind of like throwing her arms wide and say, "Good news, lads! We did a bit of recon, and there's a very large wall. It's about 8 feet. It's got spikes at the top.
Good work, Maeve. Good work.
Thank you."
Barnaby walks in. He's still got a bit of like the beautiful green grass, like sticking out the corner of his mouth.
It's gonna be so sad when Barnaby dies.
What? If somebody donates that, it says, "I wish for the goats."
Wow.
Yeah, where's the donate panel?
Barnaby.
Well, what I've determined, as well, in addition to Maeve's impeccable reconnaissance,
Thank you. It's my highest stat.
I expected as much. That it is a 3-tiered building. There are potential entry points on the side of the mansion, as well as a entry point above. The roof, as it were, is glass, and there are some potential infiltration points at strategic locations, shall we say, that someone that's a bit dexterous could potentially get into. I've also ascertained that the set piece that we are to procure is actually being set up as we speak. I expect it's a desk-sized situation.
But everyone has different sized desks. What is that?
A standard desk, as it were.
Yes, okay.
You happen to be sitting on a desk,
Like
Miles.
this one.
Oh. Where did this come from? Okay.
So
Um,
it's
Mhm.
How do you want to go about this then?
Mr. Midnight, is it?
Milos. Midnight's the username.
Oh, yes, well. Miles, Mr. Miles.
Yes.
I think that you and oh my, I'm blanking on her name, the tarot card lady.
Answer.
Ansa. Oh yes, Ansa. How could I forget? I'm so sorry. You and Miss Ansa attend the ball as a +1, as it were. Myself can enter the building through that top point that we discussed. And I suppose we'll have to figure out what we're going to do with Maeve and out of character. Is it Jeff?
Yeah.
Okay. And
The
Jeff?
character is LB.
LB, yes, okay.
Yeah.
Making a note.
Yeah.
Totally
Well-
not leaving notes on my whiteboard.
Uh, Mr. Morriston, if we are to attend, we must acquire facial obfuscation. It appears we already have one goat mask, but I believe we need another.
Indeed. Do we know any mask makers in town?
Mask maker, make me a mask.
Do you know any mask makers in town? That is a question.
That is a question.
What would we roll for that? If
Yeah.
I could roll consort.
Yeah, well, we can go with consort
Okay.
because you know you need to sweet talk someone into giving you a mask.
6.
Starting to think Maeve just has bad luck.
PG-13. So yeah, we'll go with control. This is a controlled roll, with standard effect.
Okay. Still a 6.
6.
Nice.
Oh. Well, yes, you managed to not only find a mask maker, but you managed to walk out of that shop with a heavily discounted mask that is not a goat.
what a tragedy.
We gotta go back.
Oh no. It's an outrage.
In
We
fact,
do need 2 more masks.
you end up with a cat mask.
Okay, fair enough.
Which is exactly what you always wanted, to signify your dedication to the cult.
We do need 2 more masks, however, if we are to obtain another invitation.
You turn around and walk back into the shop.
Okay.
And you come out with 2 not quite so heavily discounted masks. One of which is chat. What animals? Pick me some animals, not a goat.
Sheep.
I
Ram.
love your back. I'm just saying, I love your background.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What goat?
Oh no, this one's
Frog?
A
Looks like a
frog?
A cat.
A crocodile.
A crocodile.
Oh,
crazy.
Oh god, it's like walking around a
you walk in, you ask for 1 crocodile mask and make it snappy.
Terrible.
And the shop owner tells you to stop horsing around.
Stop.
And plonks another mask upon the table and tells you to get out of his shop.
Quite impressed he has all these animal masks. I was just expecting like some masquerade thing, you know.
It's the mask menagerie.
Alright, that's pretty good. I know what that word means. My cat. You can't even see it because of the goats, but it's
So you've returned to the pet shop with a cat, a crocodile, and a horse mask.
All right.
I take the cat.
Out of character, I have to take the crocodile mask. I feel like I'm actually contractually obligated to do that.
Fair enough. I'll take the goat mask. Yeah, screw that.
So that leaves me with the horse mask.
Why the long face?
Oh, buddy.
So you have 4 masks. Now you need to go and find yourself another invite.
Indeed.
Well,
The easiest thing to do would be to intercept people before they get into the ball.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
As they're like waiting to check in. Grease some palms, pick a little pocket. C'est la vie.
Well, I'm good at least one of those things.
So you're wanting to kind of flash forward a little bit to to like just beforehand. Is there anything else you want to set up before we get there?
Well, I think the game actually has a this is part of the plan mechanic.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we're currently in the planning phase.
Right.
So
Like a flashback scenario. I think.
yeah, so you can flashback in the actual heist if you want to, or you can have it as part of your planning phase. Because you want to pick the pockets of the people as they're going in.
Mhm.
It's a little bit of a fuzzy line. So I need to know whether or not like you're doing the heist when the party's on, yeah?
Yes, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
I would
So-
like to check it out
So what-
beforehand. Like, if the cat is just walking by, we could just pick it up and leave. That'd be sweet.
Well, one we have
Given
to
that
look
it's not on
at.
display, I mean, and we have nothing else to do.
I do have a few more serious questions. I know, out of character already. Maybe it's going to ask. So, we've got 4 masks here, and I'm assuming by the way they're lying in front of you that I'm not currently in possession of one. So, as someone who's got a bit more bulk than the rest of us, I'm not entirely sure where I fit into the equation, because, I mean, despite my excellent survey skills and the aid of Barnaby, I didn't get too much of a good look at the inside of that wall there, and I'm not seeing anywhere I could just slip in. I mean, I'm not exactly an easy person to ignore.
How good are you at climbing things?
Surprisingly good. But you know the goats are too. They live on mountains.
Yes.
So yes, I can climb as a goat. No, in all seriousness, it's. I suppose I've been brought on more as the muscles of the operation, a bit more brawn than brains, what my man told me. But I'm not entirely sure how to get in. But there'll be some sort of disguise sort of scenario. I think I could make quite a good guard.
Perhaps we could sway you as a bodyguard of Mr. Morriston.
But I think I could most certainly do that. I think I've got a couple of shirts back there without goat holes in them for biting.
I'm curious. You said there were security guards currently at the house, correct?
Mhm.
Preparing the premises. Is it possible we could sneak you in the daytime as one of these guards, and then you could scout out even more
I
information?
wouldn't be opposed to that, but did you say that the guards were wearing anything that was particularly notable? Something that would set them apart, where they just, burlier figures standing and looking angry? I've met enough of those in my day, but were they wearing any sort of uniform of sorts?
Did I notice that?
They were dressed all in black and looking very obvious and very threatening.
Were they wearing
As if to
masks?
say, they were not wearing masks.
Interesting.
So they kind of look like bobbies with long black trench coats. That's kind of how I'm imagining it.
Yeah, it's quite obvious that they are the hired muscle.
All right, I convey that.
All right. I don't think clothes such as that would be too hard to procure. I'm not exactly a words person, but
Procure.
that's
So
one.
you're going shopping for some black clothes that have not been eaten by goats.
Oh, precisely. I mean, if it's
Short
a
supply,
nibble or
yeah.
so there, it looks like you're just kind of a bit roughed up, but most certainly. Something fancy, like tight dress shirt, maybe a bit of a vest and some long slacks. Could have said
Yeah,
that out
we-
of character. I apologize if it's a bit hard to understand.
That's fine.
So we'll roll that as like you've basically pilfered from like washing lines and anything that's been left unattended.
It's a bit harder. You got to look for like outrageously like tall versions of things.
Make me. Do I roll fortune rolls or do they roll fortune rolls? I think I roll fortune.
I think
You roll the engagement roll, yeah.
I mean, I can definitely make
No,
a survey roll.
it's the fortune. I was more thinking how. There we go.
Maybe a
Oh, how
survey
likely.
roll?
Ah, yes, a fortune roll. Oh, I'm just knocking everything off my desk. Don't mind me.
Is the desk about
I'm
the size
using-
of the display case?
I'm using my fighting fantasy dice that I got free with Rhianna Pratchett's book.
Nice.
So,
I didn't do anything at all for the.
you managed to find something that actually fits you reasonably well. Like your shirt's a little tight. You had to leave, but you've managed to get the trench coat. You look suitably threatening, and as long as no one looks too closely at you, you should be fine.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. Well, I think I'm set at least. Are we doing sneaking in during the daylight, or are we going more an evening excursion?
What time of day is it right now?
It's probably like about 3 in the afternoon. By the time you've surveyed everything, gone mask shopping, got back to the lair, because it's quite you're quite away from Brightstone. Like you're not in the nice neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we do have some time for some day smuggling, as it were.
Yes.
It's that, or you can use the old flashback ability at a later point if you want to.
My thought is, so if we're going to a party, we should probably pack light for equipment, I suppose.
I might be able to get with a bit, get away with a bit more than you thought.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just a bit. Considering.
So yes, this is where we will set your load. So for those in the chat, players do not have to pick the items they want to take with them when they go in. They have a set of tick boxes that they tick off as and when they use things, which is a really great way of making adaptive gameplay. The only thing that you do is you set your load. So you have light, regular, and heavy. Light allows you to tick 3 boxes, but means you're really inconspicuous. No, like you just look like you're like wandering around wearing like normal clothes. If you're of normal load, you might get clocked for looking a little shifty. If you pack a heavy load, people know that if someone sees you, they know that you're not here to I was about to use the Australian term, but you're not here to make friends.
No, I'm curious. What's the Australian term?
Yeah.
You're not here to bonk spiders.
That is
Wonderfully fitting.
Yeah.
Wonderfully fitting. I'll add it to my repertoire.
Repertoire?
Repertoire?
I
Yes,
suppose in this
It's
context,
now
we're not here to walk goats.
Well, that gentleman who came in earlier was certainly bumping spiders.
Wow.
So yeah, if you would all like to go ahead and decide what sort of load you're going to take in with you.
Do I think, like, as someone who's kind of been out and about in the world, despite previous precognitions about their personality, would they know that if they are dressed as a guard, would they be able to get away with a normal load, or should it be kept to a light load?
You would definitely be able to get away with a normal load. Like, people expect guards to be packing something.
Right.
Otherwise, what do they hire for? You probably could even get away with a heavy load.
Well, I don't think we're going to go quite risking that there. But...
I'll go normal, and could I use some of the prep time to actually load like a long barrel rifle on the top of one of the rooftops?
Yeah, we can put that in as a flashback if you want, or if you want to do it now, then we can do it now. But I would say probably that's a thing for a flashback, because otherwise we'd have to go through the whole process of breaking in, putting it on the.
Yep. Say less. I gotcha.
Okay. And there's this like darker box at the top of my equipment. Do those mean the same thing as the rest?
I think those are just class-specific things. Like, those were the only things on character sheet that changed. Like, I get like a if I so choose, I could get like a fine heavy weapon and manacles and a chain,
Yeah.
but I think other people have different stuff.
So they are your personal things that you get specific to your class. So as a slide, you just happen to have some fine clothes and jewelry and a fine disguise kit.
It's definitely
Nice.
coming along.
But for
Okay,
the purposes, I'm not going to make you
drugs.
burn. I'm not going to make you burn your boxes to get in. We'll go with as a noble hard upon his luck. You'll have the gear like to make yourself look smart. You, it's a costume ball, so it's not that you have to be dressed up to the nines. More that you just have to fit with the mask that you're wearing.
Okay.
So are we going in?
I'm gonna go.
Are we going in?
I'm gonna go with a normal load.
Same.
You're going with the normal.
I'm like normal. And were we sneaking in Maeve prior to, or are we keeping it like she's a bodyguard of a particular person?
Which would you rather do?
So I can go in with y'all, but if I'm assigned guard, I might have to like be moved around.
That's true, yeah.
Well, did we ever fully address how we were going to get LB in?
LB?
You'll have an invitation.
Okay.
Yeah. We will acquire one for you.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is why I'm looking to roll the engagement roll so that we move to the heist section.
Cool.
And then we can see how everyone gets in and how successful you are at getting in
Excellent.
unnoticed.
Oh wait, I just realized Maeve does have the bodyguard perks, and I might answer the question.
Wait, you have the bodyguard what?
Yes,
I am
when you
a
protect
bodyguard.
Teammate.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, you are a bodyguard. Yeah, well, if you want to roll up as Miles's bodyguard, we can try and roll you in there. But for now, I'm going to make the engagement roll.
Okay.
Perfect.
Which we'll see how well we get in. And I need to find that specific page in the rulebook.
While you're doing that, I should note Maeve is saying farewell to all the goats, which are Barnaby, Beauregard, and Bentley. So Barnaby, Beauregard, and Bentley are holding down the fort. So
Wow.
Bartholomew unfortunately passed away in the cold of last winter. But
Oh yeah, who could
he will be
forget
missed.
dear sweet Bartholomew? He was truly a goat amongst goats.
Forever in our hearts, greatest of all time.
The goat.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Okay. I rolled 2 1s and a 5.
Well,
Is that good for us or bad for us?
I don't
I'm not
know.
entirely sure.
So I believe it's the same thing if I just take the... So this means I'm going to take... You take the highest, yes. Same as normal. So you get in at a 5, which means that you go in and you're not quite in controlled. So who's got the official invitation?
I think we gave that to Miles, right?
Yeah.
So it's Miles and Answer going in with the official invitation?
Yes, and also just to make sure I did this right. For the equipment, I chose light, so I just get to check off 3 boxes, right?
Yeah, that's all you
Okay.
get, unfortunately. But
Okay,
you
that's
also
fine.
have things. You have items that cost you 0 load, which are some of your special ones as well.
Yeah.
So stuff like your ghost key and your demon
Yeah, I
bane
see.
charm
Yes.
don't cost you anything to carry.
Quick
I think
question about carry loads. Would a player be able to carry something for another player if that player had more load space? Like, would Maeve theoretically be able to carry something for someone who has a light load?
Would that be a flashback opportunity?
That
I
would
just
be a
want to know if it's
flashback.
even doable.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say like, yeah, we flashback of that as like say like Miles went, here, I need you to carry this for me. Or Answer went, carry my bag, peon. and then yes, like you could then take their load, as it were.
Maybe.
Perfect. If y'all can hear me, I'm having internet.
Yeah, it'd basically
issues.
be the equivalent of someone like handing you the contents of their pockets or their backpack or something like that. So, Maeve, you're going in as Miles's bodyguard, correct?
I suppose Miles and Ansa, if they're going.
Yeah.
So, Miles and Answer, you get up to the door and there's a swanky-looking butler checking invitations.
Sorry, before we get there, is there a line to get in, or is it just like?
Oh yes, you want to. Well, yeah, we'll do that first.
The plan was to schmooze with people in the line and then.
Yes, I apologize. That's my fault.
Yes.
Maeve is ready to give assistance in any way she can, looking very threatening in the background.
So yeah, you rock up and there's a queue to get in. It's not a very long queue, but there seems to be an older lady. Jeffrey, have you got the ticket? What do you? It seems she's talking to her husband.
Okay, and what kind of mask do they have on?
They have gone for.
Come on, chat.
Come on, chat, don't let me down. You're my secondary brain when it comes to random ideas.
No, cat.
Someone mentioned a dog.
Someone did mention a dog.
As an aside, while we're waiting on the chat, Lady Dan has posted a few things in the Discord channel that you might want to see.
Even more stuff. Okay. Okay.
I don't think that's me.
Okay, right. Good to know. Yeah, that will work quite well. So, there's an elderly couple in the queue. What masks have they got? The one that's called Jeffrey is wearing the dog mask.
Dog, okay.
Let us. A pigeon. And the woman is wearing a pigeon. And her dress pigeon kind of matches it. She's got these little, but she looks like a pigeon that's definitely seen better days.
Okay.
An owl.
She's a little ruffled.
And also a corgi, it looks like.
Yes, I will bear those in mind.
Okay. So yeah, I overhear the old lady tell the dog masked man Jeffrey asking for the invitation, and I'll like go over and pat him on the back like, oh, so it's not just a mask, huh? You really are her dog.
Hey, wow. That was just uncalled for.
Are you what are you doing anything else? The guy
well, I was waiting for a reaction.
You can't see his
man.
There's not really a reaction on his face because he's wearing a dog mask, but you could kind of see his body language is taken aback and as if to say, I beg your pardon.
Don't worry about it. Hi, I'm Miles, and I'll shake his hand, and then I'll like reach, like I'll tap him on the shoulder and reach into his pocket looking for the invitation.
All right.
While this is happening, Maeve's like,
Is that a
Do
finesse roll?
what do you want to roll for this?
I would like finesse on this.
Yeah, so you're
as
going
it's
with
like a sleight of hand. Yeah.
sleight of hand. Yeah, that'll roll. I'm gonna say this is a risky gamble.
Okay.
With a high reward. If you pull this off, you get the invitation.
All right. Do I push myself now or after I fail?
If
Oh, come on, you got a chance.
I'll take I'll I'll take the stress. This is important.
you're gonna take 2 stress for a push.
If I have to now, if I have to beforehand, otherwise, if I fail, I'll take it.
Let me.
You're supposed to. You add an extra die to your roll is what you do.
I cannot remember if you have to push first or.
Man, my hands are getting sweaty.
It doesn't tell you. God damn it. Oh, hang on.
We believe in you, GM.
Okay. Yes, no, it does. State the goal, choose the action rating, add the bonus dice. Yes, so you have to choose if you want to push yourself before you roll.
Okay, I will push myself before.
Yep,
Well,
so
3
mark
dice.
off the 2 stress on your.
Yes. Oops. Oh, it's not being marked for some reason, but I can write that down.
Yeah, I have
Like at the very bottom, like the PDF's a bit weird. Like if you click slightly below the little doohickeys.
I think it's just my PDF program because it's highlighting it, but it won't fill it in.
Mm.
I think it's just some sort of bug.
Yeah, I've ticked it off on my copy. So
Okay.
as long as you keep a note somewhere.
Yeah. All right, and I'll roll 3.
So yeah, roll your
I
3.
got a 6.
Ooh,
6.
very nice. Goes off without a hitch. You give the guy a big hug. You stick your hand deftly into his pocket and pull out the invitation. He is completely oblivious as you walk back to answer and Maeve. His wife is still having a go at him, but he's like, it was in my pocket, Daphne. Are you sure you didn't leave it on the porch table?
Wait, she's the pigeon, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay.
So you have yourselves a second invite.
All right, and I'll pass that out.
That's 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
I think
as
that's-
the queue advances, you watch Jeffrey and Daphne get to the
Sorry, wait,
the
before
butler
we
at the
get
door.
there, I just want to point out that we have to get the names correct. So make sure like you read off the name and then say that's your name.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah.
So you have Jeffrey and Daphne. Have fun.
And then one blank one, right? Or...
Yes.
The blank one is ours, so I'll just put my name.
Yeah.
And then
But now we have one for potentially. No, Maeve is a guy, right? So.
No.
No, Maeve is a large sheep.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. We got a +2.
Yeah.
And is also a bodyguard, so might not even need one.
So
Maeve is coming in as my body.
So the super short LB will go with the super tall Maeve.
Opposites attract, man.
Perfect.
No, with Professor, right? I'll be in Professor together, and then Anza and I are together with Maeve. And Maeve
Oh,
is
gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess I'll be it. I guess I'm Daphne.
Yeah, what do you gotta be Daphne?
Yeah, one of you is Daphne. You have a mask, so
I do.
you can pull it off.
Just pitch
Or
your
we could-
voice
or
up
we
a bit.
could-
Oh, hello, I'm Daphne. Hello.
Well, I've got a voice for it, so don't worry.
We could make Ansa Daphne. If that's gonna be easy.
I think we already
I
put my name on yours.
Yeah.
so-
Well, the flashback waited it out.
Flashback. We
Oh,
brought an eraser.
if you want to flashback
Flashback.
to earlier
why
on. So yeah, flashback to earlier on. What did you do with your blank invite?
As I was writing my name, I was about to start Anza's name, and I realized, we don't know who's going to be on this other invitation. I'll leave it blank. And I pocket the pen.
And you pocketed a pen. And so whose name are you now writing on it?
Anza, if you're okay with being Daphne, then I'll just write either LB. I'll write LB's name on it.
Yeah.
And then LB will be my +1. And then
So you swap yourselves around in the
yes.
in the group. As you're doing this, you hear Daphne and Jeffrey get to the front of the queue, and the butler's obviously saying, I'm sorry, but you cannot come in without an invite. And Daphne is like one step away from beating her husband to a pulp with her purse. She's calling him all sorts of horrible names for the audacity of leaving their invitation to the biggest night in Duskwall at home. And she will never forgive him, no matter what he does.
Wow.
To stir up some commotion,
Well,
I'm going to whisper into Jeffrey's ear. Because she's wearing a pigeon mask, I'm going to say, don't let this bird talk to you like that. Come on, give her a piece of your mind. And then
Here we go.
as the commotion increases, we'll try to sneak.
All right. Roll for that then.
Yeah, what would that be? Sway?
Yeah.
Or persuade. Yeah, I think that's sway.
You're such a home wrecker.
Yeah.
So your sway roll, I'm gonna say, because you've carefully orchestrated this entire situation, you're in control. You know, you've got this covered. So it's gonna be a controlled roll with regular effect. I mean, she's pretty angry already. So you'll stir up trouble, but like you're not gonna suddenly have a house on fire kind of chaos. Oh, hello,
that is a 4.
So 4. Ooh.
Got burnt.
So yeah, he you can see he's heard your words, but he goes to stand up to her and says, Daphne, you're being completely unreasonable. And she just baps him round the face with her clutch purse. And knocks his mask off. And they're basically a blackly dressed security guard pops out of nowhere and gently escorts them off the premises.
Perfect.
It's your turn in the queue. The butler is incredibly composed given everything going on around him.
Don't want to cause any more. That was crazy. Whoa. Here's the invitation, and this is my bodyguard.
Your invitation is only for a +1, sir.
Yeah, that's my bodyguard. And I mean, clearly we see how important bodyguards here. I mean, it's a fine house, but obviously we're not immune to any sort of commotion. So if you'll please allow me my protection, I do need it.
It's not normally allowed.
Well, this is no normal event.
Exactly, sir.
And Maeve's going to step in, if allowed.
Yeah.
And from behind him, just say something along the lines of, with such a heavy commotion at your door and such a fancy event, it would be a shame if any sort of fights were to break out during all this. And frankly, I consider myself quite altercation averse. So, if you permit my kind sir here entry along with me, you will have essentially what is free labor and free fighting protection. Someone to break up any scuffles that might say, and they're out of your hair. Obviously, you don't want to be known as the party with the dog and the pigeon mask fight out the front.
Yeah, make your roll.
Will I roll more than a 3?
Yes.
Let's see.
I mean, I don't know. Does Miles want to assist you?
I will
What do you
definitely
want
assist.
to roll?
Yes, yes.
What are you rolling, Maeve?
You're never gonna guess. 3. A 3 for command.
I wanted to assist with that.
Yeah,
I don't know how the assist work. Do I roll another one?
So the assist works. So Miles rolls. Are you rolling command? I'm assuming.
Who, Maeve or me?
Maeve.
Maeve did roll command.
Yeah. So Miles would roll his command dots. If you have no dots, you would roll 2, take the lowest. If he succeeds, then he adds to your roll. If he fails, you take 1 stress. We'll go with 1 stress because I can't be bothered to read through the book.
Maeve rolled a 3, and I also rolled a 3.
I'm sorry, it's the curse. I can't do anything about it.
You can't roll higher than the 3 all night.
No, yeah.
That's it.
Maybe, I hope it's not
You know,
contagious.
chat through donations is free to step in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's true.
chat. If you want to add, if you want to give them an extra dice for the pool,
Think of the goats.
It's only
Think of the
$1. A dollar for the goat. $1 for the goat.
A mere dollar.
What more could you
And
ask?
a young Maeve can go home to a loving goat family that provide them with the grain that they need. Become big, strong goats. And you also get to help cute cats.
Hey,
It's just a
you
win-win
have-
all around.
Whoa!
You are getting 5 dice in the pool. So,
Oh, hell yeah.
Thank you
how
all.
many of
Yoga says
these
thanks.
would you like to use?
As many as it takes.
So I'm going to say you can use 1 each if you want. I don't know if Maeve, if you want to roll first and then see how that goes.
If it's a 3, that's all I'm saying. I'll happily roll another one. Oh, that's a 2d6.
Did he roll another 3 off the charity die?
Yes.
Aw.
It's a 3. For the love of all that is goaty.
So Miles, do you wanna?
And I'm not kidding you.
That's
Do you want to
absurd.
spend another pool point to
Yeah, why not?
try and get your bodyguard through the door?
It's a 3.
Okay.
Oh, that's 2 3s technically.
So we got
Oh,
we
yes.
got a 6.
Oh my god, I can't see on my glasses.
After some time, the butler considers this. He thinks about it real hard.
I slide him $5.
And he goes, "Very well, sir," and waves you in without a second thought.
As we're entering the building, Maeve's just gonna like lean down and whisper, I didn't actually expect that to work.
No,
Oh my
me neither.
So
That poor gentleman
Yay.
George out there.
LB and Sven, it's your turn.
Thank you, chat. You're a blessing.
Yes, thank you so much.
Your names are on your invite, are they not?
Do what? Yeah.
Yes. Well, ours.
Well,
Wait, ours or theirs?
so
So,
answer, you're pretending to be Daphne currently.
Yes.
Miles is pretending to be Jeffrey.
Mhm.
And
maybe-
therefore the remaining invite has Miles and either LB or Sven on it. So one of you is pretending to be Miles, but I don't think they're really going to.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be whatever.
I'll pretend to be Miles.
Okay. I guess I'll just continue to be Sven, I guess.
And the butler takes a look at your invite and goes, "Please enter in, sirs. Enjoy your evening."
Much obliged.
Righto.
All right.
So you're in.
Spitsport.
We made it.
What do you want to do? Where do you want to
Okay. I
Well-
say we scout out the cat.
Immediately, I would like, as soon as Maeve enters the building, I do have a perk of being a bodyguard to gain +1 effect when analyzing possible threats in a current situation. So,
Nice.
if available, I would like to make a survey roll with 1 extra, thing of effect on there to assess any dangers that might be posed to the party during our stay here.
I'll allow that.
And if it's 3s, I'm done.
Uh,
6, 2, and 2. So that's a 6 in total. There's no 3s.
Yeah.
There's no
three.
3s.
So you get in, you have a look around, and the first thing that catches your eye is a familiar face. And
George.
you see someone who you were hoping never to see again.
Oh shit.
You see
Was that chat? Did chat do that?
your ex-friend Mercy. Now, the last time you parted ways, she showed you no mercy at all.
That's quite
She-
ironic.
She beat you into a pulp and threw you into a barn with the goats.
And I was raised.
Yeah.
And she is wearing the black trench coat and turtleneck of one of the bodyguards.
Ooh.
Great.
Oh. But I'm also wearing the black turtleneck and trench coat of one of the bodyguards.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not good. Actually, no, you're my bodyguard. That's fine.
Oh no.
So you see her, but fortunately for you, she hasn't seen you yet.
It's just,
However,
unfortunately, being so tall is
it's only a matter of time. And thus we create our first clock.
Uh-oh.
I think, I mean, if everybody else is on board, I think this situation calls for an absolute power play of walking over and introducing myself.
Oh, you're gonna
Oh, it's a fancy scene here, you know?
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
do like
If
that.
I'm in control of the situation, she can't be. Is my thought process.
Sure.
sure.
'Cause
Yeah.
I'm not a very hard person to pick out in a crowd. So what I'm thinking here is I probably shouldn't be thinking out loud. I'm not sure if this counts as metagaming. But I'm an established bodyguard at this point.
I think
Yeah,
that's fine.
well,
Yeah, go for it.
she so you approach her and she kind of looks you up and down, and she goes, "Maeve, this is the last place I was expecting to see you."
Well, you see, life has a funny way of doing things there, Mercy. And, people move on from things, and I'd like to consider myself a forgiving person. And I'm sure by your name, you most certainly are as well. And I think that this night would be a lot better for the both of us here if perhaps maybe we forgot that we ever even saw each other. I'm sure that such a prestigious, if you are a bodyguard and perhaps not up to no good of any sort, that you wouldn't want any sort of fight breaking up on your premises. And I'm not threatening anything, I'm not much of a fighting folk myself, but, it'd be probably better if we just parted ways for a bit. Forget we ever knew each other.
Hmm.
A
Give me a
mutual
roll.
agreement. Oh,
Give me a
oh boy.
roll.
I'm going command again. I'm going command again.
Oh boy. Get
Are
ready
you
for
are you gonna push? Are you gonna push it? You can push it.
Those sweet 3s.
And I have
We
to
do have-
I have to declare before rolling if I'm pushing
Yeah.
it, not after.
You
We do
have to
have chat
declare
dice.
before rolling.
Or you could take a devil's bargain. You could do that too.
I only
Yeah.
have so much soul to sell.
We do have like 4 chat die left, so
Well, no,
That's
you
awesome.
got more
Alright.
because it ended up being up to 10, so you have 8
oh
left.
my,
All right,
Whoa.
yeah, blow them.
I will roll 1d6, and if it is a 3, I'll keep it. If it is any other number, I will re-roll. Because I think that it'd be hilarious if the situation went bad. Everybody in the party is going to disagree with me, but I will
I'm here
use
for
a
it.
dice if it goes like too sour.
Yeah.
The
We'll
only
go with that.
thing is I cannot use a dice if it rolls a 3.
Yeah, if it's a 3, you're stuck with it.
Is this the,
Such is
the wrong
fate.
chat? That is the general chat. That is the wrong. That is my own server. This is the wrong place for that. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Lunch Bunch. There was no context to that. 6 first try.
Oh, look at you.
Curse is broken. Thank you, chat.
Thank you.
That's 2 6s you've got now.
But there's always an opportunity to sow a bit of chaos, chat. So if you're looking for something a bit more spicy from bringing back a rival, feel free to. You can donate twists. It's pretty crazy, dude. That's like insane, man. It's so crazy seeing you here, dude.
It doesn't work if you edit it, Jeff.
Yeah.
You have to retype it.
Yeah.
Mercy kind of gives you a calculating look. Last time I saw you, I left you in a barn with your goats that you love so dearly. I'm actually quite impressed that you got this far. So
Well,
I will need
if-
be picking a fight with you now, but I will be keeping an eye on you.
Oh, and that's completely understandable. I'd expect nothing less of such a prestigious individual such as yourself. But
I'm being paid an
most part.
awful lot of money to make sure trouble doesn't happen here.
well, most
So-
certainly, and we both know that. I'm not very much of a troublemaker.
She, at this point, she laughs.
Sense
She
of
goes-
humor doesn't get beat out of you so easily. I'll see you. Perhaps
But it
later.
doesn't. Safe travels, Maeve. Let me not be seeing you again tonight.
Same to you.
And she returns to her post. You can see her. She looks the other way, but you know, because you know her, that she's keeping a little bit of a watchful eye on you, just to make sure you're
And,
not
you know,
doing anything.
Maeve's walking away with, kind of just like, putting off the air that she's totally in control of the situation. As soon as she gets back to Miles, she like totally drops. She's like, oh my god! For the love of Christ, of all the people in the world!
Who's that? That looks really tense. What's going on?
This is last name Mercy. Beat me to a damn pulp and left me in a barn with a bunch of wee goats there. Hey, you know how hard it is for a
That's where
face
the
to
goats are
recover
from?
from all that. I was going purple around everywhere.
Wait, you smuggled the goats that she left you in the barn bleeding with?
When they save your life, how are you supposed to repay them otherwise?
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense.
There are so many questions about this entire
No,
exchange.
that totally
have
checks
just
out.
as many.
I completely understand.
Life doesn't exactly hand out answers. Urge would tell me where that little,
So wait,
pardon my French,
is
individual is here.
is Barnaby one of the goats that you woke up with?
Barnaby was my father.
That's biologically impossible.
Oh wait, I forgot my character's backstory. No wait, no, I've got a cursed family somewhere.
That is some curse if your father's a goat.
My family was turned into goats. Like, what is her in
Canon
the back?
now. It's canon now.
Oh no. Barnaby was my father.
You were just taking your dad for a walk earlier.
All right, now, Pa, stop chewing at the grass. All right, get.
Wow.
That's my best shirt, Pa. Stop chewing on it. Oh, yeah, it's another button.
My mind is
Christ.
literally blown.
No, the chat didn't even have to do that twist. That one was on the house.
Hell yeah. That was great.
That was the
You
curse all along.
You can take one personal bonus. You actually, for this, you can have one free dot to put wherever you want for breaking the
For
DM.
animal handling.
That wasn't a pipe bomb. That was a nice CBM.
Oh.
You thought this was a heist, guys? No, it's a Lifetime movie about goats.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Yeah, so you can take your free dot and put it wherever you want. Just let me
I don't know where the
you
dot
want.
goes.
So your dot is like your stat dot, so like hunt, study, command.
Oh, okay.
The real
I'll
diamond
take
cat
another
was
one
the goats we
in-
made along the way.
I'll take another one in command. I'll taste that.
Nice. Oh, yes.
For
This is
making
what-
me laugh so hard, I cried. So,
Sweet Mary and Joseph, my apologies.
you know where the desk-sized cabinet's going to be. You know the rough shape of this building. What are you doing now?
Right, we were stealing an item, not getting
Yeah.
weird revelations about Maeve's family tree.
You also, if you remember correctly, and I'm gonna go with at least a couple of you are clever enough to remember that you were also given a fetch quest list of additional things to
Oh,
pick up.
right. Oh,
So let's split up. Let's go loot the place and then make like a tree and get the fuck out.
so can we look at the list and see what items are actually on there?
Yeah.
So on that list, you have ooh, what are we gonna have? I really should have written this down. You have it's basically a list of cat collectibles. There is a small painting of a Persian. The way the list of phrases, there's a painting of Grumpy Cat.
Oh, that's a piece card.
It's an NFT.
A bucket. There is another statue that you have to collect of a small cat in a bucket.
Look at them.
A lot of
There is a collection of golden cat toys.
there's a lot of felines in this equation.
As you look around the inside of this building, you realize everything is decorated like cats, from the chandeliers to the brocade on the walls. There is cat stuff everywhere. And if Lady Dubois wasn't rich as all balls, she would be classified as a crazy cat lady. Instead, she is merely eccentric. Because as we all know, the difference between crazy and eccentric is the amount of money you have.
Okay.
So you come in to realize that you're basically being sent to rob a cat lady of all of her memorabilia.
Just bribe her with one. It's fine. I got
LB
it all figured out.
LB waddles around like, I feel real bad about this. I really do.
You're gonna. There's guests everywhere. There's butlers with drinks. There's a security guard in every room watching everything.
Are all? I'd like to do a survey and see how many of the items on the list are like out and about, or if some are like in a vault or in a locked room or something like that.
Can I aid him?
You can indeed. So if you both roll your survey rolls.
Sorry, I'll be right back.
Oh, I guess. All right.
So you take one stress from that, Jeff.
Okay.
Holy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
It's not a 3.
It is certainly
no.
not a 3.
I have the Twitch chat window open in on my second monitor. Jesus Christ. Thank you so much. Someone just dropped $100 on us.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Please use your power to benefit us.
Thank you so
No stress,
much.
but keep doing a good job.
Yeah.
Hang on, do I have a stuffed goat in here?
Whoever, like, please, like, there is a big list of things you can do to influence the game, like plot twists and extra chaos and more chaos and goats, apparently.
Goats, yeah.
Goats.
They're a running thing.
So you got a 4.
You get a croak from the thank you frog.
You got a 4 and you took 1 stress. You can see bits and pieces here and there. Like the less you reckon these are like the less valuable things that are in like these side rooms in the drawing room and the parlor. That there is currently no, as you're trying to get a look around, but that currently there is no one seems to be being allowed into the center room yet. So you reckon you could probably make off with some of the cheaper items. Like you're being paid a gold for each of them, so you know, like you don't see the value in a bunch of golden cat toys, but your mysterious employer does.
Hey, Professor, I got
Yes.
Been a fat cat.
So it looks like several of these things are scattered around.
Indeed, they are.
What if we got everybody together and I go away outside to the back of the house, whatever, create a diversion, and then the 4 of you just fan out and collect all the stuff you can, and we meet outside in the ensuing chaos.
Well,
our main goal is still cat.
Funny you should mention that. As you know, I have a PhD in kinetic engineering.
Humble about it too.
Why be humble about something that you have a doctorate in? Anyways, what I was suggesting to expound upon your idea is perhaps the diversion could come from a high gauge ballistic.
Are you saying we blow it up?
No, that's demolitions.
That's my
I heard
job.
ballistic. That's the only place my brain went.
I go
Go
boom, he goes boom.
Yes.
Oh, that's woefully unfortunate. That
Succinctly
was not the right accent. That went.
Instead of using dynamite, let's use a bullet.
So
Does that make more sense?
Whilst this is going on, answer. What are you doing? Are you?
Well, we were told that the piece was going to be the centerpiece, right?
Yeah.
But we're not in that room yet.
No.
But presumably we will be let into that room eventually.
You will be let into that. There's bodyguards blocking the way, and you can see that from your knowledge of ceremonies, you know that at some point there'll be this grand entrance. But
all right. Well, can I look around and see if Lady Dubois is anywhere?
you can indeed.
Well, wait. Okay. Do I have to do a roll for that?
You will, because you've never met Lady Dubois.
Okay. Well, can I do? Well, okay. I don't know. What do I roll?
Maeve can aid in it.
Well, I was gonna say because I have attune, but that doesn't look like.
So you have 2 in study.
Yes.
So
I don't know. Okay.
I would be willing to say you've seen a portrait of Lady Dubois on the wall holding her beloved Maine Coon Kitty. And you've studied that. And now you're looking for you're looking for the person that might belong the mask of the person that might belong to that portrait.
Sure. So should I roll a study?
Yeah, so
Okay.
we'll take that as you're in a controlled space with a regular effect.
Right.
So if Maeve were to aid in this, would she have to roll
5.
study as well?
Yes.
All
I got a
Maeve's staying out of
5.
it.
I think.
Nice.
So you got 5?
Yes.
Yes, you did. So you look carefully into the crowd, and up the stair where there's a burly security guard blocking your way, you see a mysterious figure wearing an opulent cat mask walking around. And you would bet good money that this is Lady Dubois.
Okay. Then.
But it also seems that she is not coming down yet.
All right. But I wouldn't be able to get to her, right? Because she's up the stairs and there's guards.
Yes.
Okay. Well, are you
Share
looking
maps, that'd
to?
be cool.
Are you looking to steal the artifact now, or should we wait until the doors open?
It's hard to say, given that we just arrived. It would be kind of baller if we did it beforehand, though.
I'm trying not to look at the chat right now.
Yeah, I know.
It's a wild place.
Yeah.
If you need a distraction, I have a bit of a trick. But I don't know if we should do it without knowing if we can get in the room first.
A trick?
Yes.
Maeve kind of leans down as well and says, if you need a bit of a backup plan, I also have a bit of a trick. It's drugs. And she pulls out this little vial of flashback. She pulled a rage vial with her, which is something that the cutter gets. It's a rage essence vial. And if anybody drinks it, they cannot distinguish friend from foe, and they will not stop fighting until they're down.
Oh no!
Shit.
Do they have to drink it, or can they just get splashed with it?
Hey, you have to drink it.
Oh,
I believe
okay.
it's ingested. But they're fun. I wouldn't be
Okay,
drinking it though.
So for that, you also
I hope
don't have
not.
to tick. It doesn't cost you a load point, but I will say tick off your box to say that you've used it if you wish to use it.
I'm not using it currently, I just have it on my person.
Ooh, is there a punch bowl? We could definitely drop it in there.
That's gonna be a different kind of punch.
Okay. Look
But-
around.
but
Look
before we're
around.
doing
See if you can
anything-
spot a punch bowl.
I would like to hear about Ansa's trick. Something that's
I-
violent would
I would
perhaps be a
too.
better route.
Well, I suppose it's something that's better to be experienced than explained.
Oh, it's some fancy ghost stuff you're talking about there.
Mm.
Stuff is
Spooky.
fascinating.
But I don't think I should do it before we know if we can get in the room yet or not.
So,
Look,
If we are
I
perhaps
can get
to-
us in the room. If I just have 5 minutes with the lock, I can get us in the room. I promise you.
Well, loud or soft, how would you prefer it?
no.
The distraction or how I get into the room?
The distraction, obviously.
I just want to point out that we hit our first milestone. We passed $500, guys.
Yay!
I'm getting the
Thanks a
thank you
lot.
frog.
Thank you guys so much.
You guys are the absolute best. You're the real goats.
Absolutely the best. Remember, there's a big list
Yeah.
of things like down here that you can. Those of you that have donoed, like, feel free to influence the game. Come
Yeah,
mess with
So
us.
chaos.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Let's get some other barn animals in here. Come on, man.
Okay.
Oh,
Got a whole world of ungulates yet untapped.
okay.
I do like this punch bowl idea quite a bit.
Would-
Ansa's
Perhaps
chaotic something is also very interesting.
would your pardon me, I'm not entirely sure on terminology here, Ansa, but your ghost magic, or whatever you
Yes.
say it was would there be any way to kind of incorporate that with the more wild punch bowl idea? More like a bowl of punches at this point, if that were the right way to go.
You're trying to get them to fight each other.
Oh, it would be very funny.
We're not
Hmm.
pulling any punches. I'm sorry.
Hey, we got him! He made a pun! Donate now to make him make more puns.
Or,
Come on,
or
you
to
guys.
prevent any more puns.
Oh, okay, you can
That's
either
not
do
happening.
pun prevention or pun endorsements. Submit your own puns.
Yeah, it's a side incentive now.
It depends on what sort of punishment you wish to
Oh,
inflict on people.
There it is. Pun for one and one for all that. Ignore me. That
There's
was
psychic damage.
Oh, man.
punning only. Let's go.
Oh, damn it.
Are you a writer? Because you got fine punmanship. Just saying. Come on, y'all.
So, are we punching above our weight, or
Oh.
are we shooting to kill?
I think we should knuckle down and like get to the brass tacks.
Yeah, I think we got to do something.
We've got to diversify our strategy.
I think chaos is a
I-
good strategy.
I personally would really like to see Lady Dubois high on rage
Well,
because
she is high above us, and that also worries me if she can look down and see what we're doing.
She didn't contribute to the conservatory this year, so
Hmm.
que sera, sera.
I suppose I could try to speak to her while you ruin the punch. If I could get
Do
up
we
there.
know- will the drugs be as potent if they're diluted within a whole punch bowl?
That's what I'm not sure. It might just make people quite angry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rule it. If you put it in the punch bowl, it will have a slightly diluted effect,
Hopefully they won't
but you'll be
kill
able to influence more people.
us.
So we'll make a bunch of angry drunks.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
that's
That's
marvelous.
Yeah,
Oh, just having a bit of a
wonderful.
Craig there, lads. You know, just throwing it out there.
Just need a catalyst.
Catalyst.
And I will roll a fortune roll to see how effective that is if you decide to go that route of how many people you're gonna make angry.
Stay on drugs through school. All right.
So are we spiking the punch?
I
I
don't
think we
believe
have to.
presently. I think there's a bit more of a. We still don't know where the cat is for one, and we have ghost magic at our disposal.
And Ansa should, I think, do some recon with Lady Dubois. I think that'd be useful.
Can you
Also,
spy?
it should be noted that Maeve is not the sneakiest, so perhaps if anybody else would like to spike the punch, I would not be against it.
Let's see how sneaky I am.
I've got good hands.
You do have good
Probably.
hands.
I have hands, but I wouldn't say they're particularly sneaky.
I do have.
Answer, whilst they're arguing over who's going to spike the punch, you see something out of the corner of your eye.
Sitting in the bathroom.
It's a little ghost cat.
Okay.
It seems it walks towards you. It brushes against your legs. And then it walks away. And it looks back at you. And then looks forward and twitches its tail.
Hmm.
I guess I'll follow where it's going.
So you follow the ghost cat. And near the back of one of the far rooms, there's a narrow staircase that goes up that currently seems to be completely unguarded.
Okay. I will.
The cat walks up it.
All right, I'll keep going.
And you come out in what you can only imagine is the servants' area of the first floor of the building.
Mm.
And the cat kind of strolls along, and it guides you out of the servants' quarter and to a small, little, I would say, like a study.
Hmm.
And in that study, looking at her desk, is Lady Dubois.
Oh, okay. So she's not out yet, then?
No, from where you saw her, she is now returned to her study, and she appears to be sitting at her desk, writing something.
Okay. So I'll walk up to her, and I'll say, Lady Dubois, thank you so much for inviting me here. I'm not sure if you were aware, but I am a traveling oracle, and I was wondering if, as a thank you, you would like to have your fortune read.
Ah, yes. Did Cyril find you then? Good, I'd hoped he did. He's a clever one, is Cyril. Please, child, take a seat. And she gestures to the seat next to her.
Okay. What was the name that she said?
Cyril.
Do I know who that is?
It's the cat.
Oh. Okay. I will sit.
You see, I know when someone is a lover of cats as much as me. Do you like my home?
It is certainly well decorated.
I've put many, many years into it. You wanted to read my fate, yes?
It is what I do, yes.
Go on then. Let us see. What does fate have in store for me?
Okay. So I will take out the cards and I'll start kind of cutting them in my hand, and then faster and faster and faster until one of the cards shoots out from the side. And then I'll grab it before it flies off, and I'll flip it over. And on the card, you see an image of a tower that's on fire. And there are people jumping out of the windows of all of the towers. And the card says, the tower. And she will hold it up and say, well, Bastet has spoken, and she's letting us know that today will be one of the most exciting parties you've ever had.
Lady
She slips
Dubois,
it back in the deck and puts them away.
Lady Dubois nods, and like there's a slight raise of an eyebrow. You begin to think she's a little smarter than the opinion she gives out. Yes, dear. It is going to be quite some party. Now, I think it is time for us to go down. Would you care to join me?
Of course.
Good. Here, take my arm.
Okay.
And she leads you out to the top of the big staircase. And at this point, we're going to cut back to the unruly mob arguing over a punch bowl.
Okay, unreal. I can't follow that up.
It's a civilized discussion. Whatever you want to do, Miles. In the
yes, I will do so. Create a distraction, and I will ever so sneakily spice up this party.
Do you want a bullet? I say to LB, or do you want to just wait for the punch bowl?
We'll just wait for the punch bowl. But I know how much you like shooting things.
He kind of slightly eyes his like trench coat with that has like barely concealed like flintlock pistols.
He pauses a moment. I bet you can't hit the punch bowl.
Do you want to do this right now?
Yes.
We will do this after the job, and I will show you how good of a shot I really am.
Maeve kind of leans in like, no, I think I want to see where this is going. Get me intrigued.
There is a block of glass in between us and the final prize, which would be nice if it wasn't there.
It's not hard to find out which way a bullet came from, though.
Well, I can change the line of sight, but yes, that point remains.
Well, time is ticking, so I'm
Yes.
going to call for a decision.
Okay, so is there a place where I could theoretically kind of hide and have a delay in determining the origin of said bullet if I was to hypothetically shoot the thing?
You could flash back.
I do happen to have had stashed a particular high-powered carbine at the top of a building overhanging the opposite side, looking down directly into the ballroom. Now that you mention it.
Now that you mention it, so flashback. Scroll. Flashback. There we go. So, what would you like to roll for the purposes of hiding your firearm?
Well, I am quite the hunter. I am quite the prowler. Just throwing that out there.
Well, you choose which one you'd like to roll with.
Let's say I am a bit of a prowler. You know, because
Okay.
being a sniper.
You're sneaking onto the roof of the building opposite where you were earlier today.
Indeed. I will also, since we have like what? Do we have like 8 mulligan die at
Yeah.
this point?
Yeah.
But I'm just going to warn you, chaos is about to explode.
I
But
guess
we've got 45 minutes left.
Indeed. That's-
All right, I got a plan. Don't worry.
So yeah, I mean, I prowled pretty successfully, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you can have that without taking a stress penalty. You put your gun up there. It's ready, waiting for you to use.
Cool. I am Steampunk Golgo 13. I ghost out of this place with my crocodile mask.
So I suppose. Oh,
no, you go.
Oh, I was going to say, I suppose Miles and Maeve are soon going to be heading over to the punch bowl. And before we put the she kind of hands it off to him, like not trying. It's just handing it off, and she takes a cup. If she's allowed to, and she starts drinking it. And she starts commenting on how good it is. She pours him one. And he's like, for you, master. Like as like kind of like, you know, she's bodyguard. And then kind of gives like a little signal, like, do it.
All right. Yeah.
Now we both have punch.
Cool. So make your roll.
Next time, you serve me first.
What are you rolling?
Finesse.
Finesse. I'm gonna say this is a little bit of a risky gamble as you're pouring something into a punch bowl in plain sight.
Okay.
But it's gonna have a real great effect if you pull it off.
Oh yeah.
Can
the mulligan dice do we add beforehand or after?
You can add your mulligans after.
Well,
okay.
I'm not very good at finesse. This might be all you, lad.
This is what he's built for.
Okay, that's 4. I'll do another one. You know, doesn't hurt.
So you're burning a point.
I'll burn one.
Cool.
5. I think that's as good as we can expect. Yeah.
So you pour the potion into the bowl. It kind of like changes the color a little bit. But you reckon you're pretty certain no one will notice. Someone comes along and like helps themselves to a glass.
It's tasty.
You watch it a little bit. You know,
the whole time Maeve is just going, "Oh, this is delicious! Oh, where did they get the fruit they put in this?"
People seem to be like filling up their glasses as if like expecting something to happen. And Maeve, can you roll me
Yes.
a quick survey roll, please?
A quick study. Oh.
Survey.
Oh, survey. I like that one. That one's good. Let's do that one. First God, I'm good at some things, lads. Going to DC. I was a 4 and a 1.
Cool.
Nice.
So 4.
So
yeah.
You take it.
Oh wait, do I get another one because of the bodyguard perk of assessing danger?
It's not really a danger, but you're standing there, the punch bowl's in this really lovely big bay window, and you happen to catch a glimpse of movement outside, and you're not sure, but you think it's Barnaby.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
But whilst you're busy trying to recognize if you've seen your goat dad in the garden, and people are helping themselves to this now completely drugged up punch, there's a little fanfare, and Lady Dubois and Answer come walking down the stairs. You didn't notice she just disappeared. Because you're all terrible.
She's so quiet. How did she just walk away? Like, I thought you were the sneaky one. And she points to the.
Yeah, and she's walking down the stairs arm in arm with Lady Dubois.
What the?
Whose team is she on?
Well, they've been sold out.
And
No, she couldn't. She wouldn't.
They come down the big spiral staircase, and Lady Dubois stands at the bottom. She goes, "Greetings to all of my guests. It is so wonderful to have you here. I know what you're all really here to see. So without further ado, let us open the main room." She gives a... And in one, all of the big doors swing open. And you can see, in a desk-sized cabinet, smack bang in the middle of the room, is the black diamond cat statuette.
Ooh.
Take the shot.
All right.
I'm gonna. Do you want me to take the shot? Because I have a very strategic thing I want to shoot.
Or a
Yes.
flashback. Do we have a signal?
So, yeah, flashback. What was your signal?
Meow.
I
I
can't
would
hear
have
that.
suggested
from
a
the
golf
top.
bar, but I'm not exactly sure I'd be able to hear us from over there. There's a bit of an elevation difference and a few walls in the way.
Ah, sorry, I thought it was thematic.
I like that,
what
though.
could be?
It's got a bit of spunk. not the right answer.
Could be, I don't know, just when the doors open.
Yeah, light or whatever. All right, I'm taking the shot. Can I prowl with that?
I would say that this is a... I would be more inclined to finesse as you're shooting, not really sneaking.
Well, I'm going to preemptively put some mulligan dice in there because when we created this, I put no points in that because I didn't.
I'll let you hunt if you want to hunt.
Oh, beautiful! That's perfect.
Yeah? So
Absolutely.
yeah, I'd be more as you know you're shooting.
I am using 2 mulligan die if that's okay with everyone.
Absolutely.
So you're taking.
What was
2
wrong
out
if
of
you
4?
rolled 4 then?
My highest roll was a 2.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Out of
high
all-
compared to 1.
Out of all 4 dice,
I've
what
rolled
were you shooting at?
the punch bowl
The punch bowl.
just to
The punch
flex on LB because he was like, "I bet you can't shoot the punch bowl."
If you had hit it, he would. I thought that's what you were aiming at, and I was waiting for you to hit it, and I would have turned around and gone, "Some bitch, he hit the punch."
It's just as well you rolled those extra dice because I was about to throw something really mean and heartbreaking at you, but no longer.
If it had anything to do with a goat, we're gonna have problems.
Oh my god.
I think I was gonna reenact Bambi with poor Barnaby.
I had a really bad feeling. I couldn't explain it, but as soon as you said that, I knew.
Totally wasn't gonna have him shoot the goat. So for a second there, you get like a sneeze on your you feel a sneeze coming, but you manage to bite it back and you make the perfect shot, and it whizzes straight through the punch bowl. Jeff's cat is raising his hand for him. And the punch bowl just goes like there's punch everywhere, there's glass everywhere, and everyone in the room kind of turns around to look at the punch bowl and the people standing near it.
Oh no.
That's your signal. Go
I'll,
get the cat.
Yeah, I'll say something very angrily to stir up unrest. And yeah, I'll push someone and run away. One of the people that already had a drink.
I'm going to just charge towards the statue and try and grab it off the desk.
All right. And confused for a second, Maeve's looking around, just like she has no idea that that was what was going to get shot, and she just saw Goat Dad run by the window. So she's panicking, but she sees LB running off, and she, in a split-second decision, runs off with him just in case. She, she's a muscle, she's a cutter, so she's just for the cat with him.
So, what do you want to roll for this? LB.
I'll follow suit and aid.
Do you want to do a group prowl for our sprint and grab?
Sounds good.
Okay.
So you're
I am
trying to
proficient in
sneak.
rec.
You're trying to sneakily make your way through the crowd, but as quick as possible.
Oh no, I'm hauling ass through the crowd, like throwing bow elbows and just like.
I would say that's more skirmish. Personally, because prowl is mostly for your sneaking.
I like skirmish. Let's do that.
All right. Do you want
How many mulligan dice do we have?
So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left according to my count. So who's taking part in this?
I think
Three of you?
Maeve and LB and
Maeve and LB and Miles, are you going in on this, or are you hanging back?
I'll just distract. Yeah, I'll stay back and cause chaos.
I can lead it, I guess. Big group.
Yeah. So whoever's going in on this, if you give me your skirmish rolls, if you don't have skirmish, you take roll 2 and take the lowest.
I will go ahead and if I can do a flashback moment here of another thing that I brought. Perhaps when they were entering, Miles maybe had like a very nice looking cane, or some sort of like, it's a large weapon, but it was used as a cane. A fine heavy weapon.
I have a cane sword, actually.
And I didn't know that. You have 2 canes apparently, because he, if it's okay with you, handed it off to Maeve at the door, like, carry this, servant bodyguard. And if that is a reasonable way to say that Maeve has a fine heavy weapon, I would love that.
Like a
I'll take that.
cane. Yeah.
Okay.
And skirmish roll time.
I got a 6.
Nice.
I somehow managed to get 2 6s.
And you got 2. So LB takes a stress.
Well,
I've been told I have that effect on people.
Can I assist with suppressing fire?
Yeah.
Well, we pass. I just take stress for it.
Okay.
I mean,
so yeah, you pull it off. You pull it off without a hitch. Maeve is kind of like plowing behind you, but like
Just waving.
she's getting distracted because out of the corner of her eye, she can just keep seeing a goat. And no matter where she looks, there seems to be a goat in the window.
Is it the whole family?
They surrounded us. And,
yeah, so LB, you make it to the cat statue.
and if I still have moves, I'd like to drop a smoke bomb.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, I throw a smoke bomb to cover our escape and then run out.
Has the rage done
no, so
anything?
you get to the cat statue.
Okay.
It's in a big glass case.
I'm gonna wreck that bitch.
I can help, Rick.
So he reaches into his coat pocket because he's kind of wearing a working class 3-piece suit, with the waistcoat and the jacket. And he reaches into his coat and he pulls out a 2-foot long pipe wrench.
Wow.
That's my unusual weapon. And
All right.
I'm just gonna.
So you're smashing the case.
Yep. I'm gonna
Maeve
right.
is aiding in that
Really?
with her large, fine weapon.
Okay.
With her big stick.
Yeah. So
Big stick.
she'll
It's got
aid
a finely carved goat at the top.
and I'm gonna push myself too. Or what does a devil's bargain look like?
Mm.
You get something, but you lose something in the process.
So you can have the extra dice, but you would risk breaking the statue.
Ooh, no.
Okay. I'll just push myself then. I won't take the devil's bargain. So 2 stress, push myself. Come on, big spin it. Aha! 6.
I got
Nice.
6 too.
So you both rolled 6s. Somehow you well, they didn't. They decided not to take the devil's bargain. So, oh, okay.
Aww.
So in the Twitch chat, if you take if you take the devil's bargain of the case will break silently, but you can't speak for 5 minutes.
Maeve will take that.
I'll take that devil's bargain.
People want their
Yeah.
money. Maeve will not be able to speak for 5 minutes.
Okay, so yeah, you somehow in this with a massive pipe wrench and a giant cane managed to smash the case, and the smoke cloud muffles the sound. It's a real good smoke bomb. Unfortunately, you breathe in, both of you,
Oh, yikes.
and you start coughing, and you are going like this to try not to let the sound of your coughs escape as you swipe the statue off its podium.
Okay.
Okay. And seeing them run in and the smoke going off, I'll make my way to the door, like in that line of sight, getting ready for them to run out together.
So we can't speak. Like,
You can't speak for 5 minutes.
Out of character, you can describe actions, he said.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you can describe actions, but your characters cannot speak.
Gotcha.
so
So-
outside, or sorry.
You go.
Okay, so outside while they're in there, I'm assuming we see the smoke go off and stuff. But
Yeah.
with the other people who were around us, does it seem like the punch plan is working, or does it seem like everyone's just kind of confused?
Oh, everyone who can see, like, saw the punch bowl explode is looking around in outrage at the audacity of who would destroy their beautiful booze. And someone goes, "It was you, wasn't it? It was you. I know it was you.
oh no.
What and like a shove, and there seems to be, and then when the smoke bomb goes off, there seems to be a lot of general panic, and everyone's kind of pushing each other. And Lady Dubois kind of stood next to you and she turns and she looks and goes, "Well, you were right, dear."
Well, Bastet always tells us the truth. Would you like to meet her?
Casually dropping the proper noun.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I would. I think it is
Alright.
time.
I think she would help us. Okay, so I walk out into the center of all of the chaos, and I sit down on the floor, and I turn all of the cards in a circle around me. What time is it right now? Is it like
As-
dark out?
Yeah, it's like 10 o'clock at night at this point.
Okay. So then I pull out
She left everyone hanging around for a long time.
Yeah, so I pull out my arcane implement that I brought, which is, I guess it's like a little piece of incense, and I light it. And then I sit down and I grab the card that's directly in front of me and I flip it over, and it's the moon card. And you can see a little bit of a full moon in the background. And I'm performing a ritual. And so as you see kind of the moon peeking out, I don't know if we're inside or outside, I missed that part, but whatever. You see the moon behind me, and then a figure of a spectral Bastet rises behind me. And she starts moving, and she looks around the room, and she looks for the most violent people, and she gives them a little swat.
I love it.
Wow.
Okay, go ahead and I think give me an attune roll for this. And
Okay.
I'm gonna say this is definitely a risky thing, but it'll have a great what the hell is going on here effect.
It's wonderful.
Can I use one of the dice we have in the bank?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll roll 3. Oh, I got 2
Ooh, you have critically succeeded.
Wow.
So Bastet kind of like the appearance of Bastet is enough to make everyone look up and go, "What?" And then when she starts batting people on the head, what would you like that to do? Would you like that to like squish people or knock them over, or?
I guess I can knock them over. I'm just trying to give Purrfect a little bit of cover because they kind of made it a little bit of a scene with the smoke. So I'm trying to make sure nobody's looking at the smoke. They're just looking at this giant cat thing.
So we're gonna like, she is one with the smoke. The thieves are currently inside the giant Bastet, but no one is paying attention to that at all. They are too busy trying to dodge these giant ethereal paws that are coming out of nowhere and bopping them in the face and knocking them down like skittles.
And
Hell yeah.
as Maeve runs by, like if she even catches a glimpse of Ansa, she's just like pointing at the cat.
Yeah, Ansa's like sitting there with her eyes rolled back in her head, not even looking at you.
Maeve has no idea. She's just got the cat. She can't talk.
So,
She's just mouthing.
Maeve, as you come out of the smoke cloud, you feel a little tap on your shoulder.
Oh no.
Ah!
And then a fist coming towards your face.
There it is.
There it is.
Oh no.
Oh, I think I know who this is.
Yeah, you see Mercy. I told you not to make a mess.
And she doesn't know she can't talk yet, so she's like, "It wasn't me, it was the cat." But she's mouthing it. So it's like she looks entirely insane before like kind of realizing there's no sound. I imagine she's not the one holding the cat.
No, Jeff is LB is currently the one holding the cat. You have unfortunately been cornered by your nemesis, who is not impressed that you crash in her cushy gig.
Maeve's just gonna kind of shrug, like I don't know what just happened, and then elbow to the skirmish fight.
We'll go in a skirmish fight. Roll me your skirmish. Mercy has beaten the pulp out of you before, so you're a little. I would say you're leaning towards desperate because you know she can beat you up.
I got a 5.
But
That's pretty good.
So yeah,
I do have a weapon. I got big stick.
You have a weapon. Because you have a weapon, this will have great effect. So, although you're on the back foot, she doesn't see the big stick that comes around and thwacks her in the side of the head.
Big stick's got like ram horns where the goat head is, just full. Like, swing, bat, a swing. Just boink.
But the consequence of this is you swing her into the cloud of Bastet. So she can now see LB holding the cat
Oh
statue.
no!
Oh god! Okay,
As
immediately
she,
after
but
that-
she hits the floor hard. She's still conscious, but she hits the floor hard.
Is there a structure that I can compromise with a high velocity projectile?
There might happen to be a chandelier
Ooh!
or two.
All right.
But a chandelier would reasonably be in the middle of the room, and we currently have an ally in the center of the room.
Oh, Well,
Take the
It's a
shot.
risk.
I'm-
It's a risk.
Oh god! Now Maeve is in the position of, if you shoot that chandelier down, she has to choose: do I save LB or do I save us?
You say Ansa, because that'll be.
Oh, hell yeah.
We'll get
I wasn't
into
gonna tell you, but that was the choice I was gonna make.
it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't gonna say anything.
Do we have a flashback where we determine the rules of engagement in situations like this?
Save the priestess.
Maeve's only contribution was, I think I could punch someone. That's about it. She is a bodyguard, so she will. She can help with protecting people a bit better, but she can't save both people at once if we're doing chandelier.
Yeah.
So you guys
probably get out of
can
the
talk
way.
again now.
Executive decision, folks. Do you want me to take the shot or not?
Yes.
Shot.
Do it.
All right.
All right.
So you could flash back to a meeting where you say, "If this happens, do I take it?"
Yeah.
Yes.
And
All
you
right.
will take one stress for that because it's
Yeah.
hard. It's gonna it's gonna be a hard thing to do, knowing
All
that
right.
you're putting your comrades in peril.
Double 6 if we're rolling hunt.
Oh,
I'm good at what I do.
okay. Jesus
That's
Christ,
a crit.
people. That's like 3 crits in a row.
Nice.
Starting to think
So-
something.
So
Hmm.
you take the shot. You know a lot is riding
Yeah.
on this shot. You can see the chandelier, and you fire the shot right between the chain links, severing the whole thing instantly, and it lands with an almighty tinkle of fire and metal and glass right on top of Mercy.
So, on top of Mercy. So Ansa is Ansa in that range?
It literally manages to avoid everyone else. It
Oh,
squishes,
alright.
it
I was about to
squishes
jump up.
Mercy flatter than a pancake.
Can't make a devil's bargain if you're a devil.
And Maeve just kind of looks over. It's like, quick death. So that's what her name meant.
So, LB, you've got the cat statue.
Yep.
What are you doing?
And we're gonna haul ass outside.
Which way are you
Maeve's
going?
gonna kind of give Ansa a shake, like, wake up, we gotta go. We gotta go.
So most of the commotion is around the punch bowl and the chandelier area.
It's everywhere
So
at this point.
Yeah, there's people panicking everywhere.
LB is going to try and make it out the back through the kitchens.
So you're going out the back through the kitchens.
Mm-hmm.
Can we grab anything else? Like, we have a list. Should we grab
Yeah.
anything on the way out?
Yeah.
You probably should.
I would have been doing that all the while.
So
Oh.
those of you that are grabbing for your shopping list, roll me. Were you grabbing as you were going, or are you grabbing now in the chaos?
I was hoping to grab as like the box, as the smoke bomb went off. That was
So as the chaos happened.
Yeah.
What do you want to roll for it then?
Let's see. So it's kind of like crazy. At this point, do we know where everything is?
You have located all of the lower, like the cheaper items. You know that the last couple of things on your shopping list are in that big room, but you don't know where.
Okay, then that would probably be like a survey roll to figure out where they are, and then just run in and grab them. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say
Okay.
this is kind of desperate because you don't know where they are. You have no idea. You're literally just like trying to take advantage of the chaos. I'm gonna say this is a high effect if you can find them, because these are good monies.
Okay.
Can I possibly assist him while I'm doing the ritual by attuning with Bastet and having her knock them off the shelves and stuff?
Yeah.
I'll allow it. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. Well, I crit failed. So
You do have mulligan
yeah.
dice.
I got a
I also have
5.
mulligan dice.
So yeah, answer got you a 5.
So while she's smacking the angry people, she'll maybe have like a stray paw, like knock a statue off a shelf or something.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll be like coughing in the smoke, and then it falls at my feet.
She knocks one of the bigger statues off as you pass by it. She knocks a painting off a wall, which you tuck under your arm as you're going out. She knocks some rather attractive crockery down, and that smashes into little bitty pieces. You manage to save a teacup, but that's it. That's all that remains of the beautiful cat crockery is just a teacup. But you've made it out of the main room with a painting and 2 statues.
Okay. I'll take that. Yes, I will. And I'll exit through the front, I guess.
You're going out through the front?
Yeah.
Maeve!
Hi.
Hi! So, you saw Barnaby in the gardens earlier.
I did see Barnaby in the gardens.
Somehow, Barnaby's managed to get inside the house.
Barnaby! You bloody idiot! What are you doing? I just see my dad comes wandering. What do I do in this scenario?
And there's a pot plant filled with catnip, and he's just chowing away. He's living his best life. He's eating catnip. He's happy.
And Maeve just kind of looks around after she already kind of like woke on set up. Everybody's like making like different exits to different doors. She's like, for God's sake, Dad! And she runs over to Barnaby and just like scoops him up. And like looks around for a second, just holding the coat mid-munch. Like, what do I do at this point? And eventually, she decides to go with LB and whoever's running with him. Just like hearing it go, it's like I don't know how he got here, but he's here now. Get out of there
Somehow.
Oh, sweet Mary and goats.
So you're going through the kitchens with LB.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's just grabbing stuff off the shelves with his mouth, like any type of herb that he can see. He's just like munch.
So yeah,
like,
LB. Yeah, are you leaving the same way as LB, or are you going out the front door with Miles?
I'll leave it the same way as LB, and like and I know Barnaby's grabbing things off the shelf, and like any like fancy food that Maeve sees, will be like, oh, and like hold it for him or like pocket it. Like,
so
fruit is fresh these days.
As you guys go through the kitchen area, you realize how Barnaby got in. Because the rest of your extended family are in there too.
It's like that scene in Ratatouille when he turns on the light. There's no goats.
Oh my god.
She's like, guys. Oh, by the Lord, it's so good to see you. Look at what I've done. I mean, I stole a cat, and I know you weren't exactly, hoping that your daughter, your little old maid, would end up as a thief, but it's good work. Did you see the punch? Oh, by the way, do not drink any punch that you find on the floor. I recommend against it. Oh, guys, you see they're here. What is this? We go to getaway party now. Everybody grab a goat and run.
So,
Oh my god.
You've got a kitchen full of goats right now.
Grab whatever's not nailed down.
They're in everything.
LB doesn't care. He's just getting out with the cat.
LB's running right past him. Answer: did you go out the front door or did you go out the kitchen? The goat door.
Goat tour.
For anybody who has no context in the chat, my apologies.
Answer: you come out of your trance and basically you see Maeve and LB going out towards the servants' area and the kitchens. Maeve carrying a goat, and LB carrying the cat statue and whatever else he can grab on the way. You've got Miles with a painting and a teacup tucked under his arm.
Nothing strange about that.
What way are you going?
Well, I'm assuming Bastet is gone now.
Bastet
I'm
dissipated when your ritual was broken.
Yeah, so I'm thinking everyone's probably looking at me in the room.
Lady Dubois is certainly giving you her full attention and a slow round of applause.
All right, I'll slide all the cards back into a deck, and unlight the incense, I guess, and put them back in my pouch. And I'll say, well, Lady Dubois, that was a fascinating party, but I think the night's probably coming to a close. Oh, but I think, wasn't there supposed to be a special event? Should we get to that now? I was hoping to see your, the artifact that you were hoping to show off. I hope I've quelled the fighting.
So
about that.
The smoke, as Bastet is dissipated, the smoke, so is the smoke. And yeah, it's quite clear now that the case has been broken into and the artifact is gone. And Lady Dubois just gives a little sigh and she pats you on the shoulder and she goes, "It's okay, dear. That wasn't the real one anyway."
Oh no! After all that.
Wonderful. The real treasure was the goats we found along the way.
Wow. Wow. Well,
I should have seen that coming.
yeah. Yeah.
So
She's got like 12 more in the back.
Maeve, I'm assuming you're shepherding your goats out of the kitchen.
I'm just shouting their names like, "Oh, Saoirse, get over there. Come on, Saoirse.
Saoirse.
Effa, stop chewing on the pant leg. Oh, come on, get." I don't know how we're going to have room in the pet shop for all of us.
So as you're leaving, one of the goats, you shepherd them out, but one of the goats gets a little close to the fire and kind of gives whatever was sitting over it a good kick, and it falls into the fire, and you realise that it was a lot of oil in there.
Ansa, I don't mean to be rushing anything, but
well then, I suppose the party's over, Lady Dubois. I'll see you later. She just power walks away.
It's been
I
a pleasure,
imagine-
dear.
And Maeve's just like Maeve. You know, she was obviously in view of the two, and she just sees Mr. Dubois, and she's like, "Sorry."
Lady Dubois just gives you a little wave. She seems completely. She's just kind of looking at the shattered case and the chandelier, squishing one of her bodyguards, and just going.
You might want to start running.
This is
Just
going
a-
to take
just
a
a bit
while
for
to
Heist.
clear up, isn't it?
Oh, she's got the money. She's fine. All right, let's go.
So, you need to get these goats out of a kitchen that's now being covered in real hot oil. Unless you want deep fried goat snacks for tea.
Is everybody making their way through the fire? How many people still have to pass through the fire, goats included?
So I'm assuming Answer's gone out of the front door. So at this point, in the kitchen, it's you and your goats.
All of my goats. Nobody was outside yet. Oh no!
No, LB booked it straight out the door, completely oblivious to the fact that he's not holding the correct cat statue.
Yeah. It's. I mean, should we reconvene now? We are hitting the top of the hour.
How are you getting your goats out of the kitchen, Maeve?
Um,
Of this little trap that I've set for you.
Well, I'm gonna pick up and throw as many of them outside as I can. Just like, and she's a pretty big person, and if she can, like, football throw the smaller ones, like aerodynamic, but for the larger ones, she will definitely use her bodyguard perk to run protection rolls to run them through the fire and take the consequences.
You know what? I'll allow that.
You take level 3 harm, burned.
Permanent scar on my face.
So yeah.
How does that
I'll
work
let you...
if I use the protect action?
So you get an extra dice to your resistance roll. So what would you like to roll for tossing your goats?
Would skirmish apply here? Or
Skirmish would indeed apply here.
I would love to skirmish throw the goats.
In that case, I would say tossing the goats out of the kitchen
And
is
running-
a desperate situation with a great reward.
We all knew it was going to end this way.
Oh no. And if she has to run and save any of them, she will happily get the extra. So wait, do I add another? Would this count as when I? Okay, so I would be rolling 3 because I get an extra.
Yeah, so you're rolling 3.
6, 5, and 4.
Nice. You broke your curse well and truly. You toss
Power of the goats.
all of the goats out of the kitchen as
Field
it
goat.
becomes
Field goat.
as it becomes like Flora's lava. And on your way out the door, you grab like a bucket of feed. Like that they've obviously got some chickens somewhere off the garden, and you kind of shake this bucket and you manage to like herd the goats all
Like
the
hitting
way.
it with my big stick, like, come on lads, all right,
Yeah,
off you pop.
you're literally herding the goats back to base.
Oh
It's not
my
a very
god.
quiet getaway, but it's effective. Boom, boom, boom.
So yeah, the rest of you make it away. Like you just disappear into the chaos. Maeve looks
she is the chaos.
totally out of place, herding a load of goats. But you know, no one's gonna argue with the crazy goat
Never
lady
gonna know.
as the local firefighters come in and put the kitchen out, and thankfully stop the house from burning down.
Oh my god.
Sven, you climb down from your building
Yep.
with your gun, and I'm guessing you just go straight back to the hideout.
Yeah. And if I meet Elby in passing, I'm gonna look at him smug.
They're gonna know.
Good thing you didn't take the bet.
And Elby's just gonna be like, "You son of a bitch."
So you get back to your pet shop, and you've managed. So you look at your shopping list, and you've actually managed to get most of the stuff on there. And your cat statuette really does look the bee's knees. It's proper shiny and sparkly. And
He
the
won't know.
following morning, your patron comes ding 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 through the door.
Hey.
Did you get everything?
And more.
And
Yeah, look,
more.
we got more goats. That one's powdering.
How? You went to... you know what? No, I don't want to know how. Did you
payment.
get my artifact?
Yes. As instructed and as procured.
Let's see it then.
Hand it over, I guess. $10 bet, $10 donation for a coat to start nibbling at the patron's coattails.
So he a hand reaches out of this robe, and he goes, "It's a fake. You've brought me a fake.
You didn't
What did I
specify.
hire you for?"
Yeah, you just said get a cat.
You said to get the item.
I said for you to get
said-
the black diamond item. This is
That would be on display in this as the centerpiece. That is
Indeed.
exactly
That
what-
was the
yeah.
centerpiece.
As per the nature of our agreement, we have fulfilled your contract. Please pay us.
LB just kind of reaches into his coat pocket.
I also like.
Are you all trying to command?
I'll cut
him
off the
by any
exit,
chance?
yeah.
Maeve
Yep.
slowly
Yep,
opens
yep.
the goat pen.
He's surrounded by goats.
Okay, all right. Roll me.
Surrounded by goats.
Roll me
Completely
your. Roll
my
me your. Your.
I have a consort roll. This would be.
No,
this
this
would
is-
definitely be an armbar.
You know what?
Oh.
Whether it's command or consort, roll me, and we'll see what happens here.
The furries are back.
Three.
Yeah, 24-3.
Revenge.
Also-
4-3-3.
I got a
Do I
four.
roll for every goat?
Hey,
Four.
nice.
So he's not looking particularly impressed by your threatenings. He's been threatened before, and he's not having anything until LB comes along with pulls out this pipe wrench.
There's a bit of punch on it
And-
that looks like blood.
Now, come on. As we agreed upon, you never said anything about it being a fake.
That's Blanche. She did get me this time. Not next time. I will
If you
have
don't
that
hand it
statue
over,
back.
this is going to end very bad for you. So, it
Very,
had to be done.
very well. And as he reaches into his robes, he realizes that somehow underneath them has managed to get a goat. Roderick has been released. And is having a good old chew
Shoot on
at
his
the-
wallet.
Oh
at the
my
back of
god.
his robes. And he tosses you the bags of coins, and he goes, "Anything to get out of this shop."
You wouldn't like him when he's angry.
What's the matter? We got your goat. Ha ha ha. Get out of our store.
Don't let the bell ding on the way out. That's not how that saying goes.
And you can see him kind of trying to pull the edge of his robes out of Roderick's teeth, and it's just, And eventually he just huffs, and he turns around and he opens the door, and he walks out of the door with Roderick still attached to the back of his robes, and the door slams shut on his coattails, and Roderick and you hear this ripping sound as he just tears his robes away, and you can see him stomp through the dirty window off down the road with his bag of stuff that you have procured for him. And Roderick is standing in front of the door with a very smug look on his face and a piece of cloth dangling out of the corner of his mouth. You have been paid.
Hooray!
And Maeve's just gonna kind of turn to Ansa like, I don't think that was in your cards.
Not
Thank
a single
you.
hiccup in that plan.
Most of your hiccups were caused by the chat.
Most of
Whereas
our
I had to
hiccups were
try and-
caused by ourselves.
God, it's like Sesame Street. Like, today's game was brought to you by the number 3.
A goat nearly got shot.
That was great, you guys. That was hilarious.
Thank you.
Thank
goats-
you.
The goats were just the dumbest joke. I'm so sorry. I took it way too far.
They were the best thing ever.
They became the plot of
Yeah.
Oh no.
Thank you so much
So,
for GMing.
Thank
That was a
you,
lot
thank
of
you
fun,
all
everybody.
so much.
That was
Thank you,
and everyone who
honestly.
donated. Thank you guys.
Yes.
Indeed.
Thank you guys.
Why don't you guys go ahead and just kind of remind everyone who you are, and if you've got anything to plug, podcast, stream, whatever,
Okay.
do it to it.
I've
Cool.
broken my whiteboard. Oh no,
Wants to go
no,
first?
fix it, it's fine. No, yes.
Go ahead.
All right.
I'll go. I'm Albie. Sometimes I stream at twitch.tv/Devalby, DVALBY. If you want to go there, there's that.
And can we get that again just so I can type it in chat?
Yeah.
It's DVALBY. And every time you said the name LB, I was like, oh, is that me?
Anyone else have anything to plug? Or-
How are you doing?
okay.
You go ahead.
Hello, I'm Zoob or Zoob the Mad. I am the main editor of the Broken Lords podcast. You can find us at twitter.com/LordsBroken. We have a link tree where you can listen to all our stuff. It's on all major public platforms. We do stuff much like this, just without the video.
And I guess I'm Elle, avid goat farmer. No. I'm Elle. I partially work freelance digital artist, and the Instagram is Cryptid in the Closet. And if you would like to see me for charity, again, play another bumbling idiot, as well as if you would like the band name, where is it, Skirmish Goat Throwing, to be an actual band name, I invite you all to, at 6 p.m. Eastern Time Sunday, join us for another OD&D podcast where we will be playing a Battle of the Bands, and I will be playing Minotaur Bardbarian, Rhodey
Nice.
Vanderbilt.
Nice.
So join us there, donate, come up with a band name because we don't have one. See you there, dudes. Rock on. Give them the bullhorns for Rhodey.
I'm Lady Asabat. I occupy my own crazy corner of Twitch. You can find me at twitch.tv/Lady Asabat. If you live in the UK, you can also buy my baked goods in the post. I run a little mail order bakery called Release the Caken, which you can find when I quickly, totally remember to drop the link in the chat. Yeah, I generally lurk on the underside of the internet and do silly things in the name of fun.
Fair enough.
But Yeah,
Jeff, do
thank you
think?
all so much. I have had such a blast. This is actually the first ever time I've DM'd anything.
Really?
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's phenomenal. I wouldn't have guessed.
Yeah, seriously.
You did great.
Jeff, did
Thank
you want to go?
Oh, I was gonna let Miles go first.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm Midnight on many platforms, but I'm not really present on many of them. I might start streaming soon if you want to check it out, but it's not a big deal if you don't. But thank you to all the donators, and thank you to everybody that is playing. It's a wonderful cause, and thanks for letting me be part of it.
And I'm Jeff. I don't do anything. I'm Jeff. I am Fiznik the Gnome on the OD&D podcast and the Marshal on OD&D Presents a Fistful of Dice, our Deadlands campaign. I encourage you all to listen to both of those podcasts. It's much like this. The OD&D crew has a knack of turning a one-shot into a 3-month-long campaign. Huge thanks to all of our donors. Huge thanks to Asabat for her GMing today. That was fantastic.
Yeah, first time. That was awesome. First time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody who can run with goats that well is
Yeah.
And a huge thanks to all of our players. I feel like I've made so many friends today. It's been fantastic.
It's been great.
Is running of the goats a thing?
It is
Like
now.
the running of the bulls?
next year.
you
Tune
know.
into OD&D for the return of the chaos.
Well, you know, if we go again next year, then yeah, we can do this all over again.
Okay. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll bring up the kitten cam. I'm gonna have to move the camera because all the cats skedaddled.
Yeah.
And then stay
Oh,
tuned
no. I love the pickle
for
blanket,
Todd Stashwick's game with a whole bunch of really cool people in about 45 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
sorry for overrunning. I'm very sorry.
It's expected.
Bye.
Bye, all.
Bye.
Everybody, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You've genuinely been the best. I've had so much fun.